All right. Now, in the spirit of giving you the choice...
I was going to do defect.
Oh, yes.
You're in?
Yes,
You're in?
yes.
Cool.
Defect
Cool.
is one of the ones I've been wanting to play a lot recently.
Cool. Okay, let's hit it.
Weirdly, I'm out of
this
sync with
run.
the Watcher at the moment.
Mike the Psy, thank you for the gifted sub. Dog Matriarch, thanks for the 3 gifted subs. Sweet Run, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Y'all much appreciated. You're out of sync with Watcher? Do you mean you're not in Watcher mode right now, per se?
Kind of, but
Okay.
I'm like out of sync of it in like I play it despite wanting to, and it just I can't make it work at the moment. My brain is just like, you know what? No, I want to be an Ironclad or a Silent or a Defect, and if you're the Watcher, I'm going to kill the run.
You got to be in the right headspace. I definitely think. I don't know if you saw I think I talked about this maybe in our collab, but I drew out a graph of my perceived like challenge curve for Slay the Spire. And it looks like a bell curve, right? So you've got basically the different zones are this run is just a loss. This run is a win, like trivially. And this run is hard but fair and possible, right? And most of the runs for all of the characters fall in the middle. It's winnable, but it's going to be hard at Ascension 20 against the Heart, right? I do believe there's some amount of runs that just will lose with reasonable plays. They exist. Some % of runs are just going to be at Ascension 20 at least. But what I perceive is that the curve is a different shape for the different characters. Most of them look like a fairly centered bell curve. I think that Watchers is flatter. So in other words, there are more percentage of Watcher runs that are in the blowout win side and the hard loss side than the other characters. And part of that is that we're still learning the class, I think. Everybody is. But part of that is just, it's the block cores for Watcher can be really tricky to pull together. A lot of dependency on uncommon cards and rare and relics.
A lot of dependency on the interaction between multiple cards for them as well. Obviously, Mental Fortress, obviously Talk to the Hand and multi-strikes and such. Yeah, it can get rough, and that is exactly what they've been dying to. You seeing anything on this path that looks spicy to you?
This is so hype because this is like what we do every week, except now it's live.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Is amazing. I'm kind of pogging over here. Is that a dance though? Maybe I'm not pogging.
No. I think poggin's the.
Is that what they say?
It's the craze, the Alf craze from the 1970s.
Okay.
No, I think it's just PogChamp, right?
Right.
People pog out of their gourd, just being mad pogged on this content. I love the kind of like, I love how corrupted Pog has become to the point that it's something that people kind of are intentionally corrupting and engaging with as like, this is now Smurf, effectively. This is Twitch Smurfs, right? Smurf the Smurfing Smurf, right?
So with this act is funky, man. We've got a lot of what I call speed ties, where it's an elite or a fire, right?
Yep.
We are either taking 3 elites or we're taking 3 fires, basically, right? It looks like maybe there's some options on the right side, where there's kind of a very backloaded double elite, which is great before Hexaghost, because we can afford to hemorrhage a bit before Hexaghost, and it gives us more time to set up the deck. But look at the act before those fights.
So a lot of question marks, Teak.
It's so many question marks, and there's no fires. It's so many question marks.
It's so many question marks, but if we instead started on the left and then cut up, we can get 1 question mark here before the shop, and then as we go into here, we get 3 question marks, sure, but we've had, by that point, 5 different fights and a shop, so we probably have the ability to pick up, Ball Lightning, Cold Snap, just something to carry us through this one, and then if we desperately need to upgrade something in order to take on another elite, we have the fire.
Okay. And what do you see? What are our starting options?
Oh,
This is where I want like a rare relic.
Unfortunately not.
We've got some removal for what? Is that take damage?
And
then what's the middle one? It's all good. Max take a look. Transform, max HP remove 2. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie.
Transform?
This
boss swap?
This looks like boss swap. Yeah, I think this looks like boss swap. I think I would boss swap here.
Okay, what is the worst result we can get from boss swap, and what do we do in the result that's what happens?
So the scariest parts of boss swap are largely ameliorated by how much axe we have before we have to start fighting elites, right? I would say in practice, the scariest boss swaps are like Sozu. We've got a lot of time to find answers around that. Seriously, that's probably my lowest win rate boss swap. ectoplasm is brutal. But they're energy, and you can convert that into stuff, right? I think it's manageable.
Yeah, just not gold.
Snecko can have a bumpy start, but then quickly becomes very, very strong. Honestly, I love Tiny House start. And like an empty cage is the remove 2, but without taking damage, but losing cracked course. That's not great, but it's acceptable. Astrolabe, Pandora's Box are excellent starts. I think we can manage anything here, and we have alternate paths we can take if it's very awkward.
A mechanical nuance question I'd like to ask is, can you ever boss swap into the upgraded version of the relic you have started with?
You can't, because boss swap is just like transform. It's 2 actions. It's a removal. Ooh. Oh, we should take the path that we proposed.
Yeah, I'm just already preparing myself for the amount of thinking this is going to be.
But it's going to get so strong. We're just going to throw some turbos in there. It's going to be... I don't want to say that we did it, Goku. But
you do. You really do want to say that, though.
I do want to say that. That was a lie.
We did it, Goku.
Goku.
Ooh.
Did it. Yes. With pyramid.
Yeah.
With the pyramid.
Oh man. Okay, get this super upgraded and then Dolly's mirror. That's what I'm looking for.
It's happening. This run is already so incredible.
The chaos.
It's barely even been born.
Exactly. The chaos has already begun and the run has only just started.
I like watching the gears turn with the pyramid, right? It's like, do I have to play Zap now? Do I need to take this 2 damage? The amount of micro consideration that you do with pyramid goes up by a lot. But I mean, the upside is outrageous, right? Control.
Please, no attack. Oh, why?
We can just win, right? Doesn't Zap dual cast strike win?
Zap dual cast is on this turn. It would have, yes. Oops. Sorry, I was thinking of the 7 block that it had last turn, and I was like, that's not lethal. I checked.
We're gonna have to wiggle some. It's all good. It's pyramid. That is a right. It's kind of. What about rebound though? Are you tempted?
A little bit by factor of like it will always be able to return to the top of our deck the card that we want. It's just a self-repair that you don't have to play on the turn you draw it.
And look at this act, right? I mean, we're going in on no fires.
We have
like forever.
We have 3 more combats before the shop. I think we can take the self-repair and still find damage.
Okay, if you're confident, let's hit it. I like getting the sustain online for sure. It's possible the genetic algorithm eventually gets so strong that we don't even need sustain, but we can burn that bridge when we cross it.
Exactly. I mean, by the time that is the reality of the situation, we don't really care about anything anymore. We've long since surpassed giving a heck.
Baylor Lord, good to see you. Dog Matriarch, thanks again for the gifted sub. Much appreciated. Thank you. I'm going to have trouble interacting with chat as much today, but I'm here. I'm reading, so thanks for the comments. Enjoy the show.
Ooh, there's our ball lightning for the damage.
I think we just click it, especially with the loss of the cracked core, right?
Yes.
We want to get our dual cast more online earlier. So maybe this is self-repair ball lightning turn, right? Just get those things out and then we're set.
Yeah, I mean, we always have the ability to dual cast at the latest possible opportunity for it, right?
Yeah.
And I want my money back. We have a shop upcoming.
Give me my money. I think we won.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we gonna get next? Call your shots, perhaps. It's your birthday. What's
as
coming?
In what's in the add cards
what's in the
deck?
box? Yeah. We've seen some cards.
Okay, so we're not super upgrade hungry at the moment. Like, we're as upgrade hungry as the defect ever is, right?
I like Zap and Dual Cast a lot more than usual with the Pyramid start. Like, those become aggressive upgrades, I think. More so than usual. But yeah, the others, I mean, like, Genetic Algorithm is going to be plenty bulky. Self-Repair is doing enough. Ball Lightning is relevant with the Vuln, but...
Alright, I'm calling my shot. It's Bias Cognition. It's in here. Darkness, though.
I like that shot call.
Cool.
So this one is funny. This one's funny, I think, because the card here that makes me feel the most confident in beating Hexaghost this act is the Darkness. But, gosh, wouldn't it be nice to get Cool-Headed online? Cool-Headed probably... maybe pulls slightly ahead for Tri-Sentries? Maybe?
Although a darkness where you can guarantee a dual cast on it,
Right.
and
That's
heck,
the
a
thing.
multicast should we end up picking one.
And we would. And multicast is like a great card without Pyramid. It becomes incredible with.
We've got to go for it. We simply have to. Also,
We
I'm
do it.
going to say thank you very much to Lolash. One sec. Exclamation mark. Lolash. Thank you much, Lolash, for donating $10. Says, dear friend, have a bevy on me. Congrats on leveling up. I will put that towards the finest Czech beer that I can find in my local BWS. Thank you so much. Leave that genetic algorithm. It's already actually better than to defend for us. Teak.
It's the enemy is mad.
Why are
The
they
enemy
so
does
mad?
But a genetic algorithm is getting so large, so it's okay. I think, do we ever,
Oh,
I was gonna say, do we ever set up the darkness on that turn? Does it scale faster if we're living for 2 more turns? I think this works out. Just go for the zap path. We'll have to take.
yeah. So defend, zap here then.
Do you ever weaken, or are we?
I mean, we've got elites in 3 spaces time, but also we have a shot before then, so we may end up
Yeah.
replacing one of the potions.
I think we should use it here. I
Happy
think
to
it
do that.
simplifies the rest of this fight. Probably saves us just a tiny bit, and we would end up buying a fire potion or something anyway, right?
Definitely. All right, and then 16 from this, 3. This is to a total of 22. 22. Okay, we are just short still. So just double defend and then kill next turn.
We go Een.
I mean, at the very least, this allows us to play the self-repair as well. We have excess.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It just simplified the rest of the fight. And we got a strength potion immediately. Oh, dude. Oh, how much do you like this Tempest?
Ooh, Tempest! I thought you were going to try
Yeah.
and sell me on Skim for the speculative, like, turbo turn that goes off.
Look, Skim is great. And we will eventually become Defect and want to have card draw with our Pyramid or whatever. But Tempest is an X cost. So it works really, really well with other things. Like if we get a Recycle or if we do get Turbo. It's
We
just
get
a big
double energy?
burst. Yeah, it's a big clear. It has so many potential synergies, and right now it's just a bunch of sustained damage.
I'd certainly like to try it at the absolute least.
I'm kind of into it.
Do we want to go Thunderstrike? We have a Ball Lightning, a Tempest, and a Zap in this deck. Is this the deck that Thunderstrike goes into? It does preclude the ability to take a Turbo.
Oh man, if we could afford to turbo and card remove on top of that, I mean, it's just like click the card, right? I think it's relevant. I do think it's relevant, but I don't know if I could ever skip this turbo. The turbo on sale right here is like, oh dude, it's too good. It's too good, I think.
My chat wants the Thunder so much.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, it's your birthday, all right? You get to click the cards in the way that you see fit.
Yeah, whilst, yes, if I clicked the wrist blade in the previous silent run that I wanted, I would have lost earlier than I did.
That's fair. That's fair. Sometimes you gotta have the long joy at the cost of the short one.
Exactly.
Pain now for a lot of hurt later.
Hey, this turbo makes the next lightning strike really easy to take, right? Thunderstrike, I mean.
That's what Baylor said. We just pick up the next Thunderstrike that we get from Hexaghost. So you want to delete a card?
Throw out a cut on a strike here?
I think so.
That's a defend.
Anything else here that we like?
I mean, we could try and take a focus potion into a following fight. One of the elites. Probably the most impactful here that we could do. We could cut the fear potion for that.
The leap is really not bad here, but I don't know if I want to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I am kind of like hoping instead we find charge batteries.
I'm
or
also
leaps along the
feeling
way.
very frugal because I've been looking at like dogs and couches and so I don't want to spend any money ever again.
You've been looking at
We should
dogs? Are
leave
you introducing a dog to the household?
We'll see. We'll see. I grew up with the dog, my yellow Labrador Buck. Buck and I grew up together. I've always liked dogs.
I'm
And
afraid
I feel they give you a structure, to your life. A little structure.
Yes! I have thought about that many times in the past as like, this is something that would be good for me, but that is not the thing that I have to primarily consider. Like a dog is for forever. A dog is not just for depressive period,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Um,
Right. It has to be. It can't just be fix me, please, right? It's a mutual thing.
There was one
Absolutely.
day I was having a really, really bad mental health day, just like an awful mental health day. And I was just crying in bed. And Pete came over and he was like, trying to comfort me and mentioned, like, what if we had a dog? What if we got a dog? And he wasn't proposing it as like a solution to the problem at hand, right?
Yeah.
But I think he was just trying to make me think of something that was good and happy. And it was...
But then you just wanted a dog.
No, I was able to get my voice together for just enough time to say, but it needs to be a good house for the dog too. And just back, just like completely back out of it.
Oh no. Peak was like, okay, well, that was a good plan, but perhaps backfired this time. Hello. Small slimy children.
Small slimy children giving us an awful time here. Do we want to just single defend, then pop out the Tempest? Just get 2? How fast do we need to go? Because we don't have AoE.
We sure don't, do we? We skip a sweeping beam. We haven't seen like a lot. Well, once we find Turbo, we just kind of win, right? Maybe we can double defend Zapier. Maybe we should. I was trying to see if there's something clever we could do with the potion. But there's no potion we can use to get a kill here without using 2 potions, and that's like, ugh.
Yeah, that's...
I don't want to do both of them to kill 1 slime, right?
Why?
Yeah, these are angry elves.
Do we defend self-repair? Do we really?
What about defend darkness? What about defend darkness? And that way next turn Turbo Tempest is like...
Kills a target, certainly.
Kills some things, yeah.
I like that.
Ideally, some stuff gets into that 8-point range to where it dies to the lightning, right?
Come on, good 3. Genetic algorithm, thank you for turning up.
Brutal turn. Whew. Genetic is 9 block?
Sorry?
I'm just looking at the hand. Genetic is 9 block. How do you feel about Ball Lightning dual cast and then see where we're at?
How do you feel? Because I'm thinking about like there is no way to get that Dark Orb to the right. Wait, there is a way to get the Dark Orb to the right position, right? It's Strike, then Tempest for 2, then dual cast after a Turbo.
Oh.
Right? So we can get the 2
clever.
lowest HP targets down.
Oh, that's really good, actually. I'm trying to figure out, this is kind of a very constrained problem, right? Because we also want to play Genetic, and we also want to play Self-Repair, and we also want to do that.
Genetic can
like
be the first
good
card.
line. That seems like a really good line. Who do we hit with the Strike? Or actually...
We'd play the Genetic instead of the Strike for the setup for the Tempest. Because Genetic always goes out this turn. Well, I mean, we don't necessarily need... Well, it'll block for 6 at least this turn, right? Because probably these 2 will end up dying.
Yeah, and then after this turn, we're done. Because we could... This is the right way to play, I think. I think you're right. I like this line.
Now that that's taken that, Strike and then get a second target down to lower HP? Or...
Yeah, we strike that one, and then when we dual cast, it kills the back line and it kills the middle one, and then we full block, and we're set up with only 2 left. That's perfect. Self-repair in hand, genetic algorithm played out. I think that was a really well navigated fight, Raps. This fight was pretty bad for us. Like pretty bad. Cracked core is surprisingly relevant to this fight.
Yeah, this was an unfortunate one tip to toe, but I'm glad that it worked out how it did.
No, this ain't bad.
Really?
Yeah, I really like both, potentially, Stack and Steam Barrier. Steam Barrier right now just simplifies a lot, right?
Doesn't this, like, the stack grows at a lesser rate? I mean, obviously you can hold it in the opening hand, so it's still good later, but it grows at a lesser rate when you're not discarding cards from the Runic Pyramid, right? Stack
is such a shock as to how quickly it gets good, but it's true. It's kind of weird, right? It's like you can hold it to later, but you're not discarding all your cards. It should not take more than 2 turns for the stack to be better than defend, but it's not upgraded, and the deck is not big yet. So this is like, I think Steam Barrier is absolutely the better card right now, if we can afford to take it. And I think Runic Pyramid lets us take slightly more skills than usual before Gremlin Knob. I like the Steam.
I'm happy with the Steam because of the deck cost of what we have so far.
Yeah,
Still with
and we're
going to
be behind on some of those upgrades, right?
Do we want to cut out for the question marks instead of the Emerald Elite at this point? Because I am worried. Like, we get to the Emerald Elite, we have a lot of skills in this deck and one Ball Lightning. I'm worried about the Gremlin Knob, like, a lot.
Yeah, our potions are very good for that fight, for what it's worth. Strength plus Vuln puts in a ton of work.
For the 4 attacks that we have in a deck of 16.
Fair. Very fair. Very fair.
That's my concern. I mean, it's more question marks, Teak.
You love question marks.
Look, question marks give you events, and events give you relics, and they give you upgrades, and I am very hungry for all of these things.
Okay.
I mean, also, like, how's this go against the Hexaghost, right? Pretty well.
I think it's fine because of Dorkness. Yeah.
Like, I maybe want another defend card in here and the Darkness upgrade, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with this against the Hexaghost already. So, what, we're missing out on some card choice opportunities here, possibly.
Dude, I think we can beat this Empowered Elite. I think we can do it, and then we get 2 fires and we get more genetic algorithm upgrades.
It is an extra rest.
The problem with question marks are that they also tend to do a lot of damage to us. Regenerating, we're going to be okay. We should use the strength pot for sure.
Yes, but just big Tempest turn 1.
Love it. Get that damage online. Coven Guy says, take Claw, remove the rest of the deck. How do you respond? Please respond.
I love it. I'm frankly sad that I didn't propose that myself. Double defend Ball Lightning. Do we want to start using Turbo?
Up. Let's get a Darkness up. Yeah, we can totally Turbo this turn too, right?
So if we're going to Turbo, we haven't got Zap back in the deck. Oh, no, wait, we have the Zap in head. Okay, so we have the ability to then Turbo, Darkness, Ball Lightning, and then double defend, and then end up trying to push the Darkness forward 1 space later with a Zap, setting up for a dual cast. I like it.
That is a turn and a half. That looks like an incredible turn to me. Darkness online. We can even Ball Lightning and Zap. And it's just there. It's just ready to rock.
Yeah, I like
showed
that.
you my claw. Please respond. Are we gonna kill the back one without Darkness? Yes. Yes, we are.
Here's hoping.
No, we've got it. We've got it with Double Strike with the Strength Pot. We're just there. We just made it.
Oh, Double Strike and then just Genetic and Whip. Okay, cool. I like it.
Yeah. Ooh, Genetic is a choo-choo train. Choo-choo.
It's chugging along pretty healthily, certainly. So that dual cast is not a kill on the front liner, but it almost is a kill on the front liner. We could try and babysit it for another turn in order to get it to directly kill something.
Yeah. Yeah, because we have double defend, right? Feels pretty good. And like play the self-repair this turn or something. I like that line. And then that lets us also potentially use it next turn to kill the back line with the strike. And that feels safer. Void.
Perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. Actually, wait, no, there is no other way to do this. If we had the extra energy instead of the void, we could have attacked and then set you low enough so that it would still deal damage to the other.
Yeah, that's unlucky. Yeah, that's true.
That said, only every second turn do we need to defend for 10 here. So this fight is basically solved at this point.
Agreed. It's just cycling. Dude, this is really fortunate because now we get 2 fires.
Yep. The 2 fires was the big sale for me.
Akabeko Thunderstrike, believe.
Claw, believe. Akabeko Thunderstrike is that it's such a bold plan because you need to generate so much lightning doing anything except for an attack.
You're just hard cycling Tempest until you're finally permitted to attack. It's backloaded, front-loaded damage. We can skip this. I mean, Force Field is like it wants us to find the powers, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm jonesing for the second Steam Barrier right now.
We already want to find them ourselves. So don't want to increase that want too much.
So here's a question for you. Do you find this enemy to be cute or horrifying?
I feel like I haven't really grappled with the reality of this enemy. This enemy is a set of attached sprites using a spine that I look at when I try and figure out how to win the Fungi Beast fight. Right? The flavor of so many things in this game,
That's
and
true.
most games I play, just don't occur to me.
We have talked about that before too on the collab, right? Which is we just kind of see shapes and colors a lot of the time, and we're not even really internalizing what we're looking at. Honestly, I find it to be kind of cute, but when you look too close, it stops being cute. So you shouldn't look very close.
As much as I want the charged battery, do we want a rainbow in hands? Try and make this orb heavier?
I think I like this rainbow. Have you ever beaten the heart with a reprogram in your deck?
No. Have you?
I carried one with me one time. I think reprogram is probably at its best with other characters and a prismatic shard.
Yeah, the characters who don't lose anything as a result of it. I've
gotten some value out of it, but it's real awkward.
It
like wants to be 4 focus and 2 strength indexed, and then it would be crazy strong.
Yes. Oh, it would be ridiculous in that point. I will say, like, I've had some power out of it, but it's exclusively in a run where I started with All for One, or I had All for One early, and I was going just off with zeros.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, man, and the dexterity kicks in with your, like, force fields or whatever. Let's take this rainbow, dude. I'm into it. It's just a nice, dense card. I feel like rainbow is a pretty safe pick. There's very few runs where I look at rainbow and I'm like, I really do not want this, you know?
I mean, sometimes, like, if I'm really already, like, caked up on energy problems, that's exactly where I turn it down. Oh, this isn't helping me. It's just making the problems I have worse. Uh-oh. We have self-repair next turn.
Nice. Quick math.
Boom.
This self-repair was a really good pick.
I think it's time for a little bit more defense in the deck. We always know what the energy is going towards in the next hand, too.
I think we can do it. I even still, I like this streamline, but I think we will like it less and less over time. I think.
Yeah, I feel like the darkness, in a way, is kind of taking the place of where I would put a streamline right now.
Charge battery is certainly the pick for Lagu, and it's certainly the pick for Hexa. We'll see. I think our Gremlin Knob is fine. Oh, I love the turbo upgrade. So good.
What's our next upgrade after?
Well, Turbo, Tempest, Zap, Dual Cast are the energy upgrades, and I think they're all great.
So what, Turbo and then Dual Cast next up?
I dig that, right? Because lots of times Dual Cast is, how can we get the kill on this turn? Yeah.
We're cycling orbs towards the darkness. How are we going to get that? Oh.
Oh my gosh. That's so hype.
Hell of a turn 1. And we just gestate this as long as we can. Do we have a play out cards here to help us draw? Yeah, we still want darkness.
We've already got all the cards in hand, right? We just can sit here and let darkness get one more turn of gestation.
We don't want to, like, throw out a defend or two so we don't draw choke, and we can possibly, like, Turbo Tempest to wake the enemy up next turn.
I think we can win this fight without taking a single point of damage.
Love it. You simply absolutely love to hear it. Sorry, I do also have to say, Maxwell, thank you very much for the $40 donation. Says, been watching your content for a while and wanted to give back. Watching the Slay the Spire ladder streak. And all I want to watch on the weekend. Thank you so much. And hey,
good comments around that.
Yeah.
Such a good series, man.
I'm extremely, extremely pleased with the response to it. So what, we start going off, we Ball Lightning, Zap, Strike.
Do we have another strike behind your shoulder?
Yes.
Let's do Ball Lightning, Strike, so that when we zap next turn, it's part of our defense plan. You in?
Right, leave the frost up. I like it.
Oh, Lagus. What are you gonna do? Okay, can we like win now? It got upgraded? Did you upgrade that?
Yeah.
It looks so nice with the green text.
I had to.
Yeah, just awesome. And we've got...
I think we defend.
Oh, did you play the Steam Barrier?
Huh?
Did you play the Steam Barrier?
The shoulder is getting me good.
Sorry, okay. I mean, it'll happen with this is the thing.
No, I'm not mad.
Is there anywhere I can... There we go, okay. Got it. We got it. It's fine.
The defect in the flesh. Okay, that is pretty funny. I'm kind... Okay. And you know what happens when you fight Shield and Spear? You become Shield.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to copy my webcam and then mirror it on the other side and just be in between two.
Dude, we can just defend Steam Barrier. We win next turn, I think.
Yeah.
We have
get that self-repair out there too, though.
Oh, did we not draw the dual cast? Is it the last card?
It's the last card, but what of it, right? We just charge battery
sure, it
here.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Very true. Very true.
Teak, guard your ears. It's the singing ball! It's my birthday. I had to.
It's a good throwback. Defrag is here.
It's here.
Always.
The defrag is here. It's just there have been a lot of times recently that I picked up a singing bowl, and there's been a lot of like, oh man, anyone remember the days Raps used to get real hype about the singing bowl? And you know what? Sometimes you got to play My Sharona. You know, sometimes you got to play Eat It. Sometimes
the throwback. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to. And then the dual cast we pre-agreed on here, but we want to change that for the defrag.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Because I think we're comfortable in this fight, right? I think we're comfy.
Yeah, we should definitely be.
As long as we rapidly ascend towards getting the darkness thing happening, then it should be golden.
Ooh, genetic algorithm. Thank you for showing up at exactly the right time. Johnny Drop Tables, thank you for the 100 bits, says Singing Bowl.
Singing Bowl.
I really just want to like defrag darkness this turn as well, like use turbo to full defend and just
do it. No.
Really?
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. We're at 48 energy, right? So this is a big turn too. This feels like good tempo. Getting the darkness live, getting through so much stuff. That felt like an awesome turn.
So at what points are we going to decide whether or not we're using a turbo for tempo, or where we're using it for setting up for a specific turn? Is it always enemy dependent, and is there something specifically about the enemies I should be thinking about when evaluating which we're going for?
That is a great question. I think with Pyramid, it becomes a little bit more complex because you can specifically set up certain plays, right? Like if we get the multicast, turbo multicast is often a game-winning play. But honestly, I think the default is tempo. I think in most fights, using turbo to have a better turn where you full block and do more damage is correct. And it's just for specific fights. Like, we know that in this fight, we need to turbo Tempest to do enough damage, right? We know in this fight, we need to turbo multicast to kill off Book of Stabbing 2 turns faster. I think it's a response to specific enemies, and I think you're more likely to hold turbo if you're uncomfortable scaling up enough damage for like a single target. Those are the turns where holding turbo is probably more correct, right?
Got it. Okay, so we're going to be dealing with that.
Off the cuff analysis, so
I mean, we'll have the ability to like kind of like trace that in the third act, especially as we have like, you know, the giant head, the more these kinds of things that are effectively going to test the limits of that.
What do you think about dual cast Rainbow this turn? That way we're not just sitting on this Darkness Plus in hand and like awkwardly wringing our fingers about when it's going to do something good.
Okay. I'm into it. I was thinking charge battery and then defend, and not charge battery, defend, sorry, charge. And then I was trying to figure out, like, do we also rainbow, get the defense from that, something like that, miss out on 38 from the Dark Orb? But our damage has to be largely Dark Orb based for the boss, so
yeah.
Let's do it.
I guess there's like a charge battery Tempest or charge battery dual cast. Oh, we have a Void in hand.
Yeah, we have a Void in hand. We can't play the rainbow, so to be dual cast charge.
Oh, I like that turn. That looks really good. I like dual cast charge. And then we have, I didn't realize we were -1 energy there. That's totally my bad.
Right. Great. Thank you very much for the 500 bits. Says, just wanted to stop by and wish you a very happy birthday. Very happy birthday right back at you. Teak, I set up at the very start of the stream this expectation that I'm going to be wishing other people a happy birthday in response to them wishing me happy birthday, because I know at some point in the stream, I'm going to slip up and I'm going to sincerely wish someone happy birthday in response to them wishing me happy birthday. So if I set up the precedent that it's what I'm intending to do.
Happy birthday.
That looks intentional, you see.
This is clever. This is a clever game you play.
It's the same thing of intentionally mispronouncing things. No one can ever call me out for intentionally mispronouncing things because those hide the ones that I actually mispronounce.
Yeah, who's to say that it was intentional? Nobody knows.
Maybe it's a localized reality, right? Like maybe this is how Les is said in Australia.
Nobody speaks Australian, so you can say whatever you want.
Exactly. I have very often been told that I am the only Australian on the internet. That that Australia is false, and I am a paid actor here in order to spread.
I will at least say that Australia is fairly false in Risk. Just doesn't exist.
Is it not the strat?
No, it's totally the strat. It's like, isn't it like impossible to breach Australia in Risk?
Yeah, there's like one entry.
Yeah. And it's through spiders, I think.
Exactly.
The army hates spiders.
The borders are heavily blocked by the 8-armed beasts that keep us all safe and in fear at all points in our life. That Seek is
Seek
nice.
is looking hype. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's much contention here, right?
There
is
is
a world where machine learning is kind of exciting. But frankly, then you're upgrading it and you've got a 4-card hand on turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Machine learning gets a lot more exciting if we had like more zero costs or another turbo or some such, and we were just cycling to go off hard. Effectively, at that rate, like if we have a bunch of voids in the deck and a bunch of turbos, are we an Ember Drain deck?
I don't know how well that will work out casting the monster train knowledge across the surface of the Spee in this case, but it is kind of like an Ember Drain deck. Except that you don't ever have to get back to your Ember Drain. What if Ember Drain said 4 turns in the future maybe have less energy?
I would take every single Ember Drain card
That's
ever.
turbo.
Your first 3 turns are the only turns that matter in Monster Train the majority of the time. I kind of want to drop the energy potion for Block Potion. Our Block Core is a little weak at the moment. I'm worried we go into an early fight and burn the genetic algorithm and then take a huge amount of damage on the following turn.
Sure, I'm about it. Sure.
Cool.
Let's get that energy. Okay.
We can do that
Question.
any which of 3 ways.
I'll tell you which one I don't want to take here. Everything other than Slaver's Collar.
Oh, you don't want to take everything other than Slaver's Collar?
I don't want the Velvet Choker with Pyramid Defect. Pyramid Defect loves to play cards. Like, you can play around this, I think, but we've already got a turbo in the deck. The number of universes in which we would like to play more than 6 cards is most of them. It just is such a huge constraint on the kinds of deck building that you can do with Defect. I think it's a really big constraint on the deck. It
definitely is. There is also the benefit of anything you can't play does stay in hand. The deck could be managed around 6 a turn right now. Seek is a little bit of how you going with it, but
Seek
other than
awkward, Turbo awkward, Steam Barrier awkward. Yeah. I think it's buildable.
My concern is that Slaver's Collar, we are already with this loadout going to be pretty weak in normal fights, and it helps us specifically in anything that isn't the situation we're already weak in. Do we want to take like a very, very careful start of Act 2, like avoid any path that commits us to any elites effectively until we feel comfy? Is that the kind of thing we're doing, or?
I think, well, the elites will be fine, right? Because we'll have 4 energy.
Yeah,
I think
it's
all
just
the
if
deck
they
is really missing is better front-loaded damage, right? To take on hallway fights. Because turbo, a turbo or 2 solves our energy problems for hallway fights. I agree, though. Taking like 3 hard pull fights right in the beginning of Act 2 sounds dangerous for us right now, for sure.
Hey, might be a good idea to hit up some question marks, you know?
Oh my gosh, we can take 4 elites and just maybe it's 3. I actually like that path.
We always get energy and we get a very early shot. Let's do it.
Baylor says this struggles against 3 cultists, but probably manages the others pretty well, and I agree. AoE fights are our big challenge right now. 1 electrodynamic solves that problem.
It solves
and
it
frankly,
so much.
like Sweeping Beam Plus looks pretty all right with Akabeko. Question mark hype.
I'd be extremely happy to see it. All right, we haven't got any attack that would be duped by a Necronomicon. Just noting.
For now. Until the Thunderstrike days return. Maybe it's
Turbo Tempest just start doing damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's Doom and Gloom.
Oh, okay. I'd be happy with that. We've already got the pre-upgraded darkness, so we can hasten it quite effectively. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for I forgot that I had energy. That was I'm gonna guess, yeah, charge battery from the previous turn. Dang it.
Oh, it's all good. We closed it.
It's all
Self-repair,
good.
putting in work.
I mean, Steam Barrier is pre-upgraded here, and we still have energy problems in those mainline fights.
So, what I'm thinking about here, for what it's worth, my gut check is the same as yours, which is like, I bet we can take a Steam Barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're many card picks away from having actually a really, really strong deck. And then I'm worried about how diluted it might be. Seek makes that a lot more manageable, right? But imagine, as you suggested, that we do find and pick up a bias cog. That's better than like any card that we can find, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is takeable to reduce hemorrhaging in hallway fights. I do worry about our ability to scale up damage quickly.
So if we do take the storm, we're going to another shop. We can get another power. We have then 3 powers in the deck at the absolute least, one of them for 2 focus.
I wasn't even looking at Storm. I was, but that's kind of fun too. Storm is great damage scaling. Yeah.
I will say I heard the damage scaling, and I also saw something in chat that I had to respond to at the same period of time, which is very exciting. But I think Storm could perform what we're asking for at this point if we really.
It could. I had a nice aggressive Storm pick.
I mean, we've got Tempest. We're gonna get Thunderstrike. So, you okay with this? Mind if I click the card?
Yeah. Let's do it. We're gonna be rich in this shop too. We're just friggin' loaded. 400 Gs.
We're already holding all of our cards. Is Centennial Puzzle possibly a turn down here?
I think it's. I think I never skip this specifically because of the heart. That's it. It's literally just for the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good like everywhere else too, but yeah.
These are the considerations I don't. Oh, double money.
Ooh, there's the Doom, and there's a Heat Sinks.
There's a
We've got
turbo.
There's a Force Field. Do you want to buy the whole shop?
Yep.
Kill strikes. Do you want this Panacea?
Is there ever a world we take that? We don't have bias cognition yet, but
even so, maybe it just like blocks confusion in the Snecko fight and Hex from, it's like there's enough debuffs to block. Honestly, I think it's a reasonable card.
I mean, hell, we're flush with money. Let's try it.
We loaded.
Buy another strike. Well, are we now officially like it? Too few strikes? Is that a thing ever? We are all orb damage.
What if we could do a defend transform here?
I can't sort in order at the point.
I think we can still strike transform, man. I think we can. Because frankly, we've already said that if we see like a sweeping beam, we're gonna pick it up.
Recycle is so good. So good.
I just wanted a power though game. So we can definitely take 1 damage here on the first turn in order to trigger the Centennial Puzzle.
Oh, I love that.
Do
we just pop the Doom and Gloom here, or is it defragment ball lightning situation?
I think it's defragment ball lightning. Okay. But we do have a darkness in the deck that will, like, effectively, if we get the darkness after playing Doom and Gloom, we just kill with dual cast, right? We kill 2 of them.
Although we're quite likely to find that alongside one of our turbos, so we could afford to wait, and this gets the defrag set up before. I think you're right. I think I like that. There's a good chance we end up using a block potion in this fight, too. Which is cool.
Yeah, especially on this turn.
All
right. Well, that recycle on the force field's looking pretty good. Actually, we have darkness and Seek in hand. Wait, no, we didn't play the Doom and Gloom.
Not yet. But we're about to go so ham. This can probably just win with Tempest, right?
Yeah.
Recycle,
so
force field, turbo, Tempest situation. Want to play genetic though, probably.
We can get up to 10 total energy.
Wow. That's a
9
lot
after the genetic.
Orb. So that's
We defend for 29 even without, like, just playing these two.
Dude, that's 7 evocations of lightning. We should totally. Have we played self-repair?
Evoke 10. We haven't played self-repair, but we've only got 3 health missing at the moment.
Yeah. This feels like a great. We should do the thing. Let's do the thing.
You know what? After careful consideration, I'm thinking we're going to do the thing.
Let's do the thing.
Okay. The thing was successful. Now, self-repair. Dang.
Oh, unlucky.
So I think our potions are better.
I think you're right. We don't have the right goodies. Ooh.
That cool-headed is the only non-Rainbow Frost that we have access to at this point, though. If we want to add cool-headeds as part of our block core.
Yeah, but Loop Shore is width, right? I saw you look at it. And we have a Storm now? Look, okay, Storm right now is like, we brought them into our house, okay? Remember the story you told earlier? And every night, they go into the corner and they, like, pull out cobwebs. The Storm is eating scraps. It's been given no nourishment. Do you want to feed your Storm? Basically, is what I'm.
I have to feed the Storm. I feel like a negligent parent for having real. Yeah. I've gotten this far and I didn't feed the Storm.
It's kind of amazing they're still alive. Like even Tamagotchi pets just die eventually.
Huh.
You know, I know it sucks to do, but I actually think I love turn 1 Darkness Loop. Just to make sure we can kill the gremlins next turn.
No,
because otherwise they're buffed and ugh.
I love it. We can kill the fat gremlin, or in fact the mad gremlin, but fat gremlin here for the prevention of the frailty. I was actually thinking of also throwing in the liquid memories to play the darkness a second time.
I'm kind of into that. Kind of a wonky wacky start.
All right, that's not the potion I meant to click.
They're very similar potions.
Johnny Drop Tables, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Says Rhapsody, I just left a Twitch channel that was rebroadcasting your stream. Oh, got it. Took me a moment.
That's illegal.
Exactly. Teak, I am going to DMCA claim you. I just want you to know this.
Oh my gosh. Digital Millennium.
Copyright Act, exactly.
Copyright Teak. Oh. How Narnar can we get right here? What is our maximum Narnar level on this turn? Genetic Algorithm has already gotten pretty big.
Genetic Algorithm is reasonable right now. We've also got like the ability to play Heat Sinks and Storm and the Force Field and the Genetic Algorithm. I think it's just
I see a Doom and Gloom Storm Heat Sinks, which kills the front line. And if we recycle Force Field, we can block all but 3. It's basically play the whole hand. Do you like it? There's a few lines here.
So we're then leaving this Dark Orb in front?
Yes. Otherwise, I guess we could play the Force Field this turn, right? You see, we're playing two powers. That's not bad. Just play it. Don't destroy it.
I think playing it's where I'm sitting at here. I think like...
And that keeps the Dark Orb too. Okay.
12, 37, 33, so 43 incoming. So we underblock by 6 with that plan?
I think that's fine, right? And we get to cycle the 1 orb. And then we get more value out of Doom and Gloom when the Blim Flame is not there. The block. The bliggity block.
This is going to be good. This is going to be good.
Agreed.
Okay, so there's
the self-repair.
We do. We actually have the ability to go to that one now. Mostly what I'm looking at right now is I wanted the frontliner down and then the ability to dual cast the Dark Orb just against the backliner, and I feel like I've lost that without being able to draw the dual cast this turn without using the Seek. So just... I mean, we can Doom and Gloom and then Seek the... Nothing. We'll Seek later. Just Doom and Gloom, defrag, and self-repair, I think, then.
Love it. Love it. Ah, it was a power. We had Storm Live.
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it.
But frankly, we've probably won.
Oh! Hey, Teak, you
we
want to
should-
seek the rainbow and just play it?
Seek the rainbow. Actually, maybe not. And here's the reason.
Yep.
I think there's a good chance that we cycle and then seek into a turbo to close the fight with the Tempest. So this may be a situation to just
Zap, dual
push
cast,
like
get
a little bit of
damage.
damage. Yeah.
Okay,
Hold Doom and Gloom to help kill what comes in next turn.
into it.
There's so many paths, right? That's one thing I just really love about Defect is looking at the world as it
And
diversifies in front of you.
what we really need is another X-Cos card to hit the recycle on before we throw out a Tempest. I mean...
Yeah, Meteor Strike to just recycle.
Oh, God.
I love Meteor Strike as just an energy source. So rude.
It's just the biggest turbo.
Yeah.
I'm kind of comfy with Doom and Gloom and then just turbo Tempest.
Love it. Yeah, with the defrag, we're just pushing enough damage, right? And we're looping the lightning. Just smork these fools, frankly.
Yeah, exactly. This sets us up for the kill next turn easily.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Lucy.
You'll love a simple fight like that. Force Field
Ooh.
never goes by without being used, eventually, at least.
Force Field is a solid plan to block the heart, too. I will say that I have a surprising number of heart kills that block basically only with this card. Like, they just eschew the whole Frost plan and Force Field their way through.
I mean, if there's ever
it's
a run
so
that's going to
efficient.
do that, it's this run right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it.
Love it. So as a kind of meta thought, I'm leaning Loop, but I don't know for sure that that's the pick. Loop makes me more confident, I think, in Book of Stabbing, but perhaps it's the wrong pick for Slavers, right? Maybe Slavers needs to be more aggressive.
Is it
Like,
the wrong pick for Slavers? Like, I think a lot of our Slavers fight ends with us trying to pop off a Dark Orb to kill either the first unit or the first two.
Okay, I'm in. There was a thing that popped up in chat that said, take Loop now, it's uncommon, you're less likely to see it again compared to Cool-Headed, which you're more likely to see. And I think that that's a really interesting point, because I do think that thinking about how likely it is to find an analogy to the card is really important, right? Loop and Capacitor are the only ways to widen out your orbs, and so it's pretty important to take them when you get the opportunity. But one of the most difficult balancing acts in Slay the Spire is deciding when you can't afford to take the investment pick, right? Like, I would love to take this uncommon or rare card, but it loses me the run right now, or it makes my next few fights too risky, and I need just the common core card that's here.
Yeah.
And that comes up, that tension comes up always, all the time.
Dealing with that a lot in especially first floor, trying to figure out exactly what I can afford to include into the deck and what I have to include into the deck.
Right, exactly. Can you take that super early catalyst before poison, or does that throw your silent run?
I had that
So
with
one
the...
interesting...
I was almost going to make a speculative Wristblade pick earlier for, like,
Yeah,
trying
I
not
heard you
to
talk
throw
about
it.
that. So here's one consideration for this turn. Panacea this turn blocks weakness, but are we holding it for Entangle? This is definitely a turn where it's like, maybe we'll upgrade Panacea.
We have one other attack in the in the deck at this point. So I think if we play Doom and Gloom this turn, then we don't need to hold the Panacea for Entangled. It's just, there are so many options with what we have in hand.
Yeah, it's getting complex quick, right? Okay, but let's talk through it. Doom and Gloom is guaranteed 30 damage. That's got to be like the most efficient, right? 2 to 30.
Yep.
Tempest, we don't have defrag live yet. And I think there's a good chance that we're seeking into defrag this turn, but we might need to seek into genetic. I don't know if that's aggressive enough, right?
I think like I think if we want genetic, it is going to be next turn when we are vulnerable.
Yeah. Can we afford to seek into defrag this turn? I do think that we have 4 energy in this fight too. That's so pog. I can't see energy, but I can feel it. No, it's okay. It's okay. I know what it is. 2,400 hours of training under the energy blade.
I still get thrown off every time a Happy Flower triggers when I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's my intuition, right? I haven't mathed out or anything, but I feel like if we don't take an aggressive play in this fight, we'll regret it. And so I'm inclined to say we should get Defragment live.
Even more than 30 damage as well. We've still got the Akabeko up.
Oh, hell yeah. Akabeko, Doom and Gloom. That's one thing we said. AoE with Akabeko. Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Oh, God. The defrag. Ugh. So, is there anything else that we can do instead? Like, some sort of... no, it only draws one card if we get out the heat sinks at this point. Yeah, okay.
Are we upgrading Seek next?
Yes.
It's like already time, right? Especially with turbos, you often want to get turbo and, you know?
We've hopefully got this here. There's a genetic algorithm for this turn. The rainbow does not set us up. We could set up the Tempest to the point that we can... No, wait. We don't have a dual cost in hand.
What about... Oh my god. Okay, this is a crazy turn. What about Turbo Recycle Tempest?
Turbo Recycle Tempest gives us all of the energy... Wait, you mean Turbo and then recycle the Tempest to get...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that gets us all of the energy to play the rest of the hand. It's just...
Yeah, and then we pop off with like Darkness first. That brings that Dark Orb up to a 22. And when we evoke it, that's a backline kill if that's what we want. We line that up with like, you know, playing the Ball Lightning first as an example. And then Rainbow is our clear, right? So we can set up to kill the front and the back maybe on this turn.
I like it.
And we've got Genetic Algorithm to block the rest. And then at that point, we just orb our way through.
So it's Darkness first, then Lightning against you. Why?
Oh, man. I mean, we still Rainbow, right? Like, we still Rainbow.
Any other target, though?
I think that's fight.
Ought
Although next
to
turn
be.
is going to be kind of savage.
Yep, it will be. On our part.
Mmm! Nice. Nice.
Hey, we managed to get all the way to the self-repair as well. Beautiful.
Nice cycle.
Whew. Letter opener. Amplify? Is it the Amplify run, finally? That is up against another turbo, but...
No, I love it. I love it. With Seek, genuinely, I think it's good.
It's Seek, we hold it in hand. It's...
I'm so bad at managing the mute button. I think I'm back.
No, it's okay. It happens from time to time. This is the easiest Sapphire key I've ever seen in my entire goddamn existence.
More. Oh, letter opener's great for us here. Like, oh, but not this turn, maybe. Maybe we just hold this whole hand. I think we just hold this whole hand.
Yep. More skills to play on later turns.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, at the very least we have the genetic algorithm here. Hey, the Doom and Gloom come out at the right time as well.
This Doom and Gloom is about to create value.
I mean, just defrag defrag Doom and Gloom, the genetic and Steam Barrier here.
Boom. Boom. That's turn.
Oh, and Panacea as well for the 5 AoE.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
This Gremlin Wizard is about to get us with the sauce. We're about to get sauced.
Oh god, we are. How do we anti-sauce this sauce?
Well, if we can play 3 skills, which we can do with one of our turbos, that kills the front line, which then lets us dual cast the Wizard, which is probably correct. We proved in the first Gremlin Leader fight that we can scale up pretty well just with lightning to close the fight too, right? So it's okay to blow one of our darkness if we have to.
So that would be defend, darkness, and then dual cast, you mean?
Can we, now hear me out.
Yep.
Can we play 6 skills, including darkness plus? Because then we actually do get some splash damage against Gremlin Leader. Right? Because when we dual cast, we've done 10 damage. They're down to 21. And the Dark Orb is at 22.
I kind of like leaving the extra resources in hand.
So maybe we just use the energy at the end to like rainbow set up.
Yeah. Wait. Where are we gonna rainbow from? What? Like my. Oh right, you don't want
Turbos.
defend. You're using the turbos this turn. I was just going defend, darkness, dual cast.
Defend, darkness, dual cast.
Kills the
Okay,
frontliner.
okay, I like that. And then we've got turbo. I like that a lot. And then we have like crazy turbo recycle plays to close the fight. I think it's
Yeah.
good.
We've got.
I was trying to get
Tempest
too
on the deck.
cheesy. I was trying to figure out if we could get letter opener to kill the front line, and then also to get full value out of the Dark Orb, including some against Gremlin Leader. But I think this is definitely the turn where that's over greedy on the resource, right? Agreed.
Do we just damage him? Recycle the force field turbo Tempest? It's a positive 6, 9,
Sure, not bad.
11. It's 22 damage, and we also get 8 cycles of this. 8 cycles of this at the moment is 10 damage each. So it's that is 80.
Yeah.
It's just go off.
It's correct because we're just gonna win after that, right?
Oh, we also get the letter opener. The very important to note on this turn. It's the largest, most impactful source of damage. Oh, never mind. It is straight up lethal.
Oh, look at the bottle seek, dude.
Dude.
Oh, that is really good. Oh man. Oh, Raps, I'm so hyped.
Let's just quickly click those cards. So, bottling Seek, for anyone who is unfamiliar with why this is such the obvious insta-pick, is because this says bottle any card in your deck. That's what it says. And then when you upgrade it, it says bottle 2 cards in your deck.
It's maybe the best bottle other than, I guess, Omniscience, because of how you've just bottled your whole deck, right? Like you said, you bottled your whole deck. It's crazy. It's crazy strong. Dude, I like Static.
I'm happy to take the Static. I am sitting closer to 2 max HP at the moment, but we'll take it.
The reason is that it makes me more confident in this aggressive line we've pathed through all these elites because Book of Stabbing. And it's so strong as a close against the Act 3 elites, or Act 3 bosses as well. So it's just one of those cards that it's very rare that I don't take the first Static because of how strong of a counter pick it is. It's pseudo AoE too, right? I'm a fanboy. I'm definitely a fanboy of the Static Discharge.
I will say your proselytizing for it is definitely caught off a little bit on me. I have taken it more often, especially on the first floor, where I'm like, I'm going to be leaking damage. I may as well get some value out of it.
So good.
But the big reason I think I undervalue it compared to you is, again, you mostly play to go to the heart. And
Right.
at least until recently, hadn't specifically been targeting that every run.
Yeah. Well, Static Discharge is also, it's definitely one of those cards. It's in the collection of cards and relics that puts you on a fast track to marbleized brain matter. It increases the thought space of the deck by a lot, especially with Frost involved, and suddenly sometimes not blocking is the best block that you can do, and Static Discharge is like a whetstone for your Duramatter.
I have a pretty marble brain at this point. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do this turn.
Okay. Well, let's talk through it. We've got Seek, we've got Amplify and Loop. We don't have energy generation in hand right now.
We do have an energy potion.
We have an energy potion. That's pretty sick. My inclination is that this is Seek, Defrag, and we... Oh man, can we get away with Amplify Self-Repair in this fight?
God, you'd love to, right?
Yeah, that might be the ultra strat. Is this just Seek Genetic algorithm then, actually? Seek Genetic, full block this turn, play Loop, play like a Strike, and hold the Amplify for self-repair? I bet we could get away with it.
Okay.
We
I'm
get
down.
to keep the Doom and Gloom plus value.
Yeah, we get, obviously, the loop off of the Frostall for the next turn as well.
And we're getting close to being able to use Force Field.
An Amplify will get us there with... I mean, that's a self-repair, but still should defend this turn. We can defend for an extra 9, 11, 15 total.
There's a funky play here.
Oh.
Where we amplify... Where we storm, amplify, self-repair, and then both of our force fields are free.
Oh! Oh!
And I kind of like that play.
I didn't see the second force field at all.
Yeah, no,
like
it came just in time. It came just in time.
We popped the extra one, right?
The extra force field for full
It's
block here?
Four
I think
extra
so.
defense.
Yeah, because we're just about to win, right? We play Doom and Gloom next turn and or dual cast, and it's just game, set, match. Oops.
Fortunately, this Doom and Gloom.
Yes.
Oh. I'm just going to do that. Start out with the absolute least. Recycle the Doom and Gloom and then Turbo and then Tempest. That'll do.
Oh,
Get 'em.
defect going at it.
We have loot plus.
It's pre-upgraded and we have loot.
Jeez, man, I think right. You just click the card.
I'm so concerned now though. So this makes it a lot easier for us to gestate a Frost Orb at the front, but the only problem is our only Frost Orb at the moment is Rainbow. So now I'm feeling like, in retrospect, I really want that cool-headed.
Nah, dude, I think we're gestating Dark and blocking with our genetic algorithm and force fields and winning in like 2 turns.
I mean,
I think
hell,
we're just going ham.
if that's how we go, and I'd be happy to see it. Pull the genetic
Yeah.
algorithm for the first turn and then just Panacea.
Dig it. Or wait, do we need to be aggressive? No, it's fine. I was gonna say maybe we pull like a static discharge here or something wild. What we really want for turns like that is a skim, you know, and Seek plus too. Skim Seek plus, just something to let us be a slightly more aggro.
Let's get a couple Seek Pluses in the deck and then just choose our opening
just play
hand.
the whole deck. Yeah, why not Turbo, Heat Sinks, and we have Heat Sinks. So we get a second Seek plus. We upgrade Seek. We Dolly's Mirror the Seek. We upgrade Storm, and then we've got like turn 1 win condition for most fights, which is always feels good.
It's a pretty useful one to have.
That's my favorite turn to win.
Storm Loop decreased the cost of that force field. It feels like we probably want to play both of those anyhow. Gets to say looping all about front.
Yeah, we want to get the aggro online, right? This could reasonably be our energy potion for a Tempest turn too. Although there's a chance we want to do that after the defrag.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. That like defrag or consume both are really good plays before that.
Yeah.
Like these ones always happen. So let's just do those two. This almost certainly always happens as well. So play that. We could.
Is it Turbo Zap Defend? Right.
Yeah, I mean, at the absolute least, that's a trigger of the letter opener, and I just want to have that.
And I think that's very relevant. Yeah. That's 15 damage. That's pretty good.
Oh, come on. We've waited so long for your electrodynamics. You just have to turn up now.
True. That would be such a lifesaver for this run.
We can amp a defrag here. It's just... Okay, hang on.
I think
18
it's great
through.
play. 'Cause we've got 4 energy, too. And we have Storm Live. That seems really strong. Amp defrag. Doom with the Akabeko. We might be just winning there.
Hang on. Is it ever recycle the Tempest, heat sinks, then amplify the defrag? We get 3 extra energy for this turn. We use 3 of it to draw 2. Okay, cool.
Love it because the heat sinks is also a lightning orb, right? So it's we're getting even more value. And this maybe gets us turbo, and then we get even more letter opener proc. Letter opener proc is a bunch of damage.
Hang on. If we just pop that defend and then target you, yeah, we're guaranteed to block the full.
Oh, dude. Let's go.
It's impossible. Oh, come on. You simply love to... Are we going that hard? Are we really... Is this our whole block plan now?
I think it is. I'm not kidding. This is absolutely... This is the kind of deck that would take Mind Bloom too. Upgrade all to get all those
You want to take Mind Bloom and devalue our self-repaired teak?
Yes, absolutely. Look how much block we get when we Mind Bloom this deck.
I do have to
self-repair.
I do have to very quickly say thank you, Wanda, for the very generous raid. Much appreciated. Says happy birthday, raid. Happy birthday right back at you. It is customary around these parts to wish happy birthday in return. Thank you so much for the raid. I'm gonna also get an exclamation. Oh wait, we've already got an exclamation mark Wander in chat, so you can find Wander's. You can wander through Wander's wonderful repository of content over at twitch.tv/wonderbots and youtube.com/wonderbots, or rather twitch.tv/wonderbot. There is no S at the end, and that screwed me up. I rated Wonderbots on Twitch, and it was just nothing. It was a blank stream.
I've just realized that I had no background music at all for this whole thing, which is totally acceptable. I just had forgotten.
That? Ooh. Ooh. All right, Teak. I got a plan. You ready to hear it? It's a good one. You're muted, I imagine, at the moment, but I'm just tell you the plan. We seek, amplify,
Am I muted
amplify.
now?
You are not anymore.
Well, how did I mute myself? Oh,
No
I pressed
clue.
Alt for Alt Tab. Dingus.
That'll do it
Thank you.
sometimes. Seek the amplify the loop, and then darkness.
Okay.
It makes the
I'm
force
in.
field only cost 2 less as well, so like it's a setup for the force field too.
But are we gonna live long enough to amplify self-repair? Cause can we?
I am worried that in this fight we are about to take 28 damage next turn, and I am looking for a solution that results in us being in this fight for less time.
I do love the heat sinks. Yeah.
Heat sinks, huh? Heat sinks.
Yeah.
It was gonna be amplify loop and then darkness.
Yeah, I know. Let's do the amplify loop. I like it. Because then we can close whenever we want. We can close. I like it. And there's a chance that we'll get to a point to where we can full block every turn. And then that's good.
All right, dual cast wins now.
But
Genetic
now
algorithm,
need to see if we
static,
can
and then storm.
self-repair. What about genetic algo consume? It's for frost. It's not for this dark orb, which is already plenty big.
Yeah, when we play the rainbow in order to get frost up, we will kill the enemy now.
Oh God, you're right. Okay, sure.
Now we've got the force field up and ready as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Block for 18 this turn. Oof. Now I'm feeling like I really should have just set up one of the orbs last turn, if possible. So that would have been
We can,
playing the
like-
storm first.
We can like mostly block.
It's certainly some block.
Yeah.
All right. Now, any unimpactful cards.
Where is this repair? You know, we could do turbo consume, turbo consume. And then that's
Yeah.
that's just to make space.
There we go.
I don't think this dark orb is big enough, dog.
God.
Raparosaurus.
Okay, we're taking damage now if we want to do this. It's just to end the fight. Goodbye.
Sweet dreams. What is it? Surplant?
Oh,
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? Do you want to have like infinite energy?
I like infinite
Yeah.
energy. Infinite energy seems good to me, actually.
Let's.
Let's
I'm also engaged.
Let's storm off hard. Do you want to drop the liquid bronze for an ancient potion here instead, though?
Sure. I don't think this deck is on a path to have trouble with scaling the liquid bronze damage against the heart. Certainly. Hello, Snake Man.
What do we do?
I'm tunnel visioning so hard on this self repair. Every fight, I'm like, oh, I get 14 health.
We do have the champ as well soon, so the health is going to be relevant if we can get it in this fight.
Yeah. But random costs sure are a thing. But you know what makes them less of a thing?
What makes them less of a thing, Teak?
Winning abruptly. You know, the force fields will be kind of resistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, just seek for Panacea, and then we don't have to think about this fight.
Oh, God.
We can just play it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
let's do that.
This is exactly the situation you lined out specifically to set up why we should take it, and we just both forgot about it at the time.
Sometimes you can't remember anything, you know? Sometimes you just have to not remember. Mood. Big mood.
I'm just going to take
we're totally going to get the double self-repair in this fight. It's going to be good.
We are ready for the health. There's the self-repair. Heat sinks, and then I guess double force field.
Do some force field action. I like it.
It's so much force field. It's still boring.
We're not interested in receiving damage from our enemy. I'm not.
No, I want to receive healing on aggregate from this fight.
Oh, and we would like to level our genetic, but I'm not really sure. This might just be self-repair and win turn, right?
Yeah, I think...
Because otherwise we're just taking 15 damage for not a lot of good reason.
There we go.
Good night.
At least we get the big Tempest. But funnily enough, Bullseye actually has, like, a role.
It's a lot of acceleration in this deck. If we want to get very good at, like... Bullseye is both the thing that makes us more effective at quickly killing Maw and the thing that lets us potentially just kill Transient, which is delightful.
It is another card that we have to hold in hand for the combo turn, right? So let's think about the amount of cards we're holding in hand for a hypothetical combo turn. It'd be double energy, at least one turbo. It's preconditioned by having the defrag out, usually. Obviously, the Tempest needs to be in hand. So we've got Tempest, turbo, we've got double energy, and then Bullseye. We could... I thought it was going to be more than that, to be entirely honest.
I think Bullseye also kind of accelerates the champ fight, right? And Bullseye gives us one more attack, which makes it even easier for us to get rid of all of our strikes, and we don't like strikes. We don't like strikes. Get rid of strikes. Do you want to upgrade Amplify?
I want to upgrade everything. The whole deck, but...
Same though.
Is it Seek for the first turn?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Because if we get Fusion Hammer, that's the card that we need to be upgraded. I don't think we're taking Fusion Hammer, necessarily. But yeah, if there was one card that gets upgraded here.
We can finally get the Amplify on that self-repair, Teak.
Is this just Seek Amplify Defrag turn one? Like, what, right?
100%.
Just get all of the... Yeah.
We are babysitting a Dark Orb to kill this boss, are we not?
Probably.
Why is it not Amplify Loop, then?
I guess the logic is that the double defrag also gives us slightly more value out of the Frost Orb that's hanging out in the middle there.
God,
double loop makes us real fast.
I really
in an
wish
ideal
we
world,
had
we
it.
get to amplify self-repair 2 on the way out. We can do it all.
All right. So
yeah, Amp Plus, it's coming.
You with the absolute least.
I like the loop. I think you're right. I think I like the loop, and that also potentially lets us get the Frost Orb up front, which really simplifies this fight a lot.
Get a Zap out there for some damage, or do we want to leave that space for a Dark Orb so that we don't have to push?
Nah, let's do it and get a Letter Opener proc and clear the hand. I like it. Rainbow.
Ooh, hello, Doom and Gloom.
There's the Dorkness. Cold Orb. So there's a question in chat about Cold Orb, and usually you're like, oh man, we've got Orb things, we've got Focus, we got Loop, we need more Cold, we need more Frost. And I do think there's space in this deck for more Frost to simplify the Act 3 boss fights, but this deck specifically drafted 3 Force Fields to allow us to offload all of our block needs to cards that say block, because otherwise our Orb space is over-constrained. Particularly in the absence of Capacitor, it's hard to manage like every orb type, and we're really using orbs to scale damage. And so we've set up to block with cards and to do damage with orbs, which is sometimes good, and you'd be surprised by how much block you can get out of block cards as defect. It feels like you have to use Frost, but you really don't.
Don't have Storm up. I think we get the Dark Orb to the front here. We can't play Static Discharge if we're going to be doing this, just in case we whiff on one turn.
Okay, that's smart.
I'm worried about the draw choke here, though, because obviously, like, got a couple things that we want to hit.
Do you want to play Panacea here to block some of this debuff?
So this is the entirely debuff turn, right? So he's doing all 3.
Oh, yeah. And is Vuln first?
I
Or is weakness
think
first?
weakness
It's
is
different across the
first.
fights.
I could be wrong. I should have blocked the Vuln last turn. It's a face slap
All
going
good.
off. Alright.
I think we've gotten to the point where we have good block cards in hand, and we should just hold them. There's no need to play them. Right? We're already carrying this Dark Orb.
I kind of want to recycle the Static Discharge.
I'm into it.
2 cards out of hand, and then Panacea. Do we still want to use the Panacea? I mean, look, this Dark Orb is going to be very big very soon.
Yeah, I like to use the Panacea, yeah. And then we get a full card draw.
Yeah, unfortunately, we still got the vulnerability there.
Genetic is a perfect block.
Oh, you simply love to see it. And then we have... No, we have a Power still left in the deck and defrag, so we
And
can't play
it's
the Storm
defrag.
yet.
And we'd like to kind of play that, yeah. This is just hold, right? It's just hold. You don't have to play anything. I love this because what's the harm in holding the cards that you want to play next turn anyway, right?
Yeah.
We no longer need to cycle our hand, really. Just play the cards to block.
Alright. Yeah, I'll throw out another block so that we can get the so that we can get the letter opener damage entirely. Exclusively for that reason. Alright, there's the dual cast. It is
Do we have a
300.
bullseye?
Yeah. Yeah, it's lethal. We don't have bullseye in hand though.
Okay.
But we
but we already have lethal anyway.
yeah,
We
just get
win.
to do that.
That's so nice.
Hmm.
You love to win. Okay, so. Okay, I want to hear what you have to say, but I'm about to knock on your door, Rhapsody. I've got a hard pitch. I think you know what it is.
Okay. So, let's go through these in order, right? Number one, Core Surge.
Sure.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
cards,
It's
front loaded
usually really good, but
It's Artifact.
it's
We like
fine.
Artifact.
All for one. Do you want your hand to contain a turbo, another turbo, and that's it? But you get the turbos back, and you can play them 2 times in the same turn.
Rhapsody. No, Rhapsody. No, it's Force Fields. All for one doubles your block in this deck. It's like the strongest card. It's so good.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I
It's
was
so good.
I was so far from even considering that one yet.
All for one, because you don't usually think about it. We think of All for One as a damage cycling card or an energy cycling card, but All for One Force Field is a block plan. So good.
I think we can take this. We can heal back up with opportune fights. Like anytime we have a fight that's a little bit comfy, we can do the amplify play.
I like it.
Serious
Ooh, what is this
Shiruke.
song?
Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription, Jeremy Motes in chat. Welcome to the Republic. All right. We have very backloaded act right here.
Aha! Now I'm not muted.
Welcome back.
Have you ever listened to the full Slay the Spire soundtrack? Because there's some tracks in there that you don't get to hear all of in the game.
No, I actually haven't.
I'm currently listening to Meet the Merchant, and it's very playful.
It's weird. I mentioned it before, but like not just the colors kind of like blur in my mind, but the music just is so far in the background that I don't even notice it almost all of the time. There are very few songs in games that I've ever noticed.
That's nice. That means that you can just not think about that. Just run it.
Yeah, there's certainly a benefit to it as well.
I like where your brain is looking. Yeah.
Really sharp.
Right?
Come on, and electrodynamics in this shop. Solve all our problems.
You know, Bottled Seek Plus is a big part of allowing us to take Coffee Dripper. Because our consistency in producing block on turn 1, should we need to, is very high. We're going to get Dolly's Mirror in the shop, dude, and we're going to solve the whole game.
Another Seek? Hell yeah. 3 cards in the opening hand. Okay, so the defend for this turn... This is one bad thing. Like, if we are fishing on the first turn for a large amount of defense, like, 20 plus, we have genetic algorithm.
Yeah, that's true. Which is fine, right? Do you ever is this ever seek genetic and amplify, and then amplify the heat sinks just to set up to like be able to be really consistent for the future turns? Do you like that line?
I'll be honest, I'm feeling more seek the defrag as well as the genetic and just get that darkness starting to take down a single target.
Okay, just to make sure we can kill off the exploder.
Lowest HP target on the field is going to be the one first targeted.
We will very realistically get 4 letter opener procs in this fight. So
Yeah.
that's 60 damage right there. It's
that is a good question. Is there any way we just go off with some sort of like all for one and amplify for the heat sinks?
Amplify heat sinks is the way to set up the most go off for sure. Because then we've started our draw, and even if we don't get to keep going this turn, next turn, we get to like cycle the whole deck. Absolutely.
All right. I trust it. Let's do it.
Believe.
Do we want to play 3 more this turn?
And just go... yes. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I think we can get away with that.
Our the sweep across the board attack that I've forgotten the name of is
Doom and Gloom?
Doom and Gloom. There you go. Doom and Gloom's already lethal on the exploder. Unfortunately, we didn't draw it.
Our real sweep across the board attack seems to be letter opener now, but Doom and Gloom is still good too.
You simply love to see it. I'm gonna throw that one as well.
Just next turn, self repair and 6 skills.
Well, there's the dual
Clock out.
cast. So dual cast would take down
Yeah.
Bisu and then just leave the spiker on the field, who attacks the absolute
Yeah.
least, has the highest amount of HP. We just do
Yeah,
that.
and let's recycle something. Play a Tempest for 0. Just open the hand. Let's recycle Strikel.
So we recycle the strike. Okay, we're gonna start triggering letter openers if we continue playing things here.
Okay. So this is a perfect stopping point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all micro just to get to self repair, right?
I mean,
I'm so excited to take Mind Bloom so that I can stop saying the word self repair.
yeah. So we can just completely stop having to focus
Let's not
on
worry
it.
about that. Tis a silly place.
I mean, by the time Storm is a problem, we'll be fine. There we go. We are already now fine. Turbo, double, consume, Tempest.
Brap. Full health. Ooh.
Ooh, it's pre-upgraded!
We take it. It's so good. I think we can do that. It's...
I'll be honest, like, at the moment, I'm looking at that artifact, and I'm like, if we can keep that to the heart, we don't have to, but if we can, obviously we have the ability to combo it with, speed pot or flex pot, but I don't think we're actually really interested in either of those at the moment. What we're really interested in is freeing up the second seek grab, so we don't have to grab Panacea to counter the vulnerability.
Yeah. And there's immediate fights for it too, like Spire growth is less scary,
We
Okay.
do it? What? We're asking for it so much!
I think we do it. I think it's so
All
good.
right.
I think it's really good.
All right,
Look,
there we go.
it's like 6,000 upgrades. We have to play so well now, though. I mean, there's no room for error anymore.
Oh god, you're not wrong.
Perfect plays.
Oh,
only.
do we not? We want another self-repair? We can use it to trigger Storm.
Do you want to buy a shovel?
How many?
We can't heal.
Actually, if we buy this shovel and we take like, I'm saying at this point, Teak, I think this deck wins. I think what we need to do is get this to the heart. And I think we can go for a bunch of question marks and rests.
Oh, just be so cheeky.
Let's be
Just
cheeky.
be so cheeky. And so okay, hold up. Hear me out. Yes. Is it Ancient Tea Set Shovel? Ancient Tea Set for Act 4 Elites for the big Seek Plus turn? I love that store. I think that store is incredible.
We can still afford the self-repair though. I just want you to consider it for a moment before we leave.
Hey, it activates Storm and Heat Sinks.
Exactly. I'm saying it's value. Okay. Amplify and heat sinks.
and just and that way we've got force fields to block, and yeah, love it. And these force fields are 16 block.
So, do we want more Storm out, or do we want every card in the deck?
I think we amp heat sinks first, right? Because the chance of drawing into turbo to keep going, so good.
Yes. This is an acceptable turn.
Yes. You want more heat sinks?
Hell yeah.
Why not? That sounds incredible, Teak.
Let's get rid of the Steam Barrier for 5 damage AoE here. We've got Tempest for the next turn. No extra energy necessarily in it, though. Not loving how often we're going to be draw choking. Thank you, Genetic Algorithm, for just naturally turning up.
Oh, and genetic scales even faster now, Rabs. Hey, okay, so if we got dollies, right? Is it still Seek, or do we ever dollies genetic? I think it's Seek. But what if we got it in Act 4?
I think it's still Seek, but it's only still Seek because in the opening hand, we have the ability to double play any 2 powers in the deck that we want, and that gives so much versatility. I mean, do that on the Static Discharge?
Oh man. And for the heart fight?
Alright.
That's just infinity damage, yeah.
18, 14, 32. 13 is 45, so we could single defend again.
You want to bullseye the middle one? And then next turn, like, Tempest business? I'm just saying words at this point.
I'm comfy with the Doom and Gloom.
Yeah, that's just 66 damage, right? Well, we can... Is it correct to play Force Field for 5 more damage here? Or Tempest, maybe?
Yeah. Tempest for even more than 5.
Brap.
Okay, and we've got to make sure that we get the Amplify back so we can play that self-repair.
I'm not going to lie. This is one of the best Mind Blooms I think I've ever seen. Just an incredible Mind Bloom.
Oh god, real it's still we still want hologram or force field here. You want hologram?
Yeah. Have we not taken a single singing bowl since we got Have we skipped at all?
I think you're right. I think we've taken
maybe once or twice.
Maybe once. But that hologram makes me feel real good about getting back an Orphan one, getting back a Consume. Getting back, honestly, just a force field sometimes.
You know what hologram does for us, potentially?
What's it do?
What if you, just like a hypothetical situation, upgrade that hologram, and then we take the Double Madness event. That's a good deck. I like that deck.
Here it comes. Oh, no, not the Madness event, but let's still look at all of them.
That's bold. We can't heal, man. That's 10 permanent damage.
I did forget about that a little bit, I will say. A tiny bit forgot about that.
Unfortunately, our Singing Bowl no longer does anything either. Panic Button is good. That probably made it worth it. Panic Button is good. Master Strategy is great.
I'm just going to make the disparity between my current and max as large as I can.
Let's dig. Dig.
Dig, 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 dig.
Dig. Nice.
Okay. Who did you pay off? Because I paid off Bruce. We each clearly paid someone off.
And in concert, basically, it's a free event at this point.
We've actually got three powers in the opening hand. We could pull a force field. We could pull a heat sinks in a force field. Double energy, just go off. Yes. We could just pull heat sinks and amplify.
Yeah, do that. Double energy right now and just do the whole deck.
Yep.
This is going to very frequently be our play, I think.
Oh, yeah. Get him. Okay.
Oh, double the defrag. Oh, no, single the defrag, double the storm. Yeah, we win. It's over.
All right, now I'm just going to continue clicking cards here for a while. Wait for it to...
Click the power. Click.
Yeah, that was good enough. We'll do that one, and then it gets this one too. Okay, cool. I run out of ability to click cards because we accidentally killed the enemies. Teak!
No.
I have good news. Sucks to miss out on this.
Well, losing out on the orange pellets is kind of a bummer too, but that's fine.
But we
Do
could.
we ever? No.
Do we have a potion of capacity?
That's kind of what I was looking at, or the gamblers. But
I think potion of capacity in the heart fight gives us the ability to actually have consistent damage rather than like burst turns that we're using in every other fight. I like it.
yeah,
Unless, like, we do also have the ability to just amp the capacitor in that fight if we'd really, really.
I wish I could know if we were going to get a potion belt, because if we're not, I actually would strongly consider dropping the entropic brew here, just to have 2 potions that do something that are kind of guaranteed. Although, to be honest, I have a sneaking suspicion that the heart fight will be more manageable for us than some of the other fights. Like right now, there's a little bit more unknown in like the woke bloke fight than in the heart fight. Time Eater feels pretty okay. We just do crazy darkness strats, right?
Yeah.
And we can block enough on the way there.
We also definitely have the ability to match the amount of cards we play to specific intervals every turn.
Absolutely.
So it's not a
yeah,
problem.
we can clock when we want, always. Donu Deka, I feel like we blow out, which is just a total blowout. It's just not even close. We do the heat sinks thing and they just die. Maybe we're doing that against the woke bloke too. Maybe woke bloke is just, we just go ham.
I mean, it kind of has to be, right? Because like, if we don't just ramp out a bunch of powers against woke bloke, I think we just die against woke bloke. By the time the woke bloke comes up for its second phase, though, we'll probably have some sort of like, you know, some sort of Tempest kind of turbo double energy play in hand.
Don't know why Teak is turning up his nose at Skim. I am not turning up my nose at Skim.
Oh, let's go modified has a good get some.
It's a
That's
shame.
fine. It is a shame, but we create so much energy. But yeah, this deck, I mean, we've got so much draw power that we don't need the Skim anymore.
Yeah.
Hand of God. Yeah, no lie. That is the Hand of God.
We're just going to do the same in every fight now. Hey,
we can take...
what if we just took a second heat sinks instead right now?
Over the Amplify path?
Yeah, over the Amplify path, because we'll still be drawing 4 cards every time we play power. It's just we're draw choking with it a lot of the time here. But
Sure,
instead,
okay,
we
I
would
like that.
leave Amplify
Yeah.
for...
Yeah, and then we can amplify the other more effective stuff. Would you be willing to flash me the map real quick?
Oh,
I think we can take elites. I think we're quite good at elites. I think we should go right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was planning on this for the honestly for the digging.
Yeah, for sure. More dig and then 1 recall. Eventually, we'd like to upgrade Hollow, probably, but
It's a future
dig
problem.
is stronger. Yeah, exactly. Future problem.
That Tempest and the Turbo already represent the answer to... Oh my god.
Oh, and we can do some crazy... We can do crazy slow plays, too, and then just hit a really giant Doom and Gloom or something. We have lots of ways that we can choose to win here. Can we get to Amplify?
In this hand, right now? No.
Okay.
I think
Certainly Defrag would be really good.
I think we just pop these ones. Honestly, I think what we are going to be running for is Turbo, Double Energy, Tempest, and the vulnerability on the enemy. The
Well, we should
vulnerability,
open
quote
up 4
unquote.
spots before cap, right? Because if we open up 4 spots before cap, we might actually get the Amplify down.
If we leave
Sure,
all for 1 in hand, we may as well just Turbo for...
Yeah,
Amplify.
agreed. Agreed. That just looks like spots to me. Play
We
defend.
want this duped more, so play the capacitor first.
Hologram means
Damn it.
what? I know.
A hologram
No.
means that all for 1 goes off a second time on the same turn. We can... honestly, I'm at the point that I just want to just play everything that is not
it.
the plan and leave the plan in hand.
Sure. We can play the plan too, probably. We can probably do it all.
Like,
Those
yeah.
force fields all come back with all for 1 when we play it too.
Okay, and then... Panic button? We're not going to end up using it. The enemy's debuffing us this turn anyway. We can remove the debuff and have it out of hand.
Are we not going to use it? I kind of like that.
I
How
don't...
much energy do we have right now?
4.
Okay. And we don't have... Have we seen double energy?
No.
Okay, so we can do some crazy. If we hold a turbo, we can do a really crazy Tempest turn. Let's do
Yes.
the panic button. I like that. Just to open the hand. I like that. I think that's quite good. Is that your plan, the crazy Tempest turn?
Yes. Oh, 100%. 100,000 billion%, yes.
1 billion million.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Das Loop.
As well. There's Amplify finally. Oh,
Do we have any powers left?
We got self-repair. And Teak, we could have had a second self-repair if not for the fact that you keep riling up against these self-repairs. Why don't you want all of them?
Turned up. There's a limit.
And next turn, we murder everyone.
Ooh. Oh, and we can consume things too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should play genetic. Chat pointed out. Don't forget to level genetic. And they're right. I think literally getting this to 70 is relevant.
Okay. So we recycle. Okay. It's this. It's turbo. We recycle the defend. Okay. Then we all for one play out the 2 turbo. Oh no! We may have too many 0 costs in the draw pile at this point. Okay,
Do we
hang
have
on.
3 force fields? We can see.
Steam barrier,
Steam
zap,
barrier,
force
zap.
field, force field, force field, turbo, dual cast, turbo, recycle. Yeah, we need
So
extra.
we have
cards.
9. We got to clear the whole hand. But we want to do that anyway, right? So it's okay.
Okay.
Might literally just be play the amplify here too, just to get it out of the way.
I like it.
Hollow, yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh god, the recycle doesn't really have anything to hit here.
Yeah, it's too bad. But surely this enemy is yeah. Good night.
Sleep well. Hmm.
You want a buffet?
I kind of do. Does it solve a problem we've already solved? We have so many force fields in this deck.
Yeah, but it's a power.
It is a power. It is a power. I mean, we're going to be digging in each of the following. Well, digging and fetching. So we're not going to be.
I guess that's the problem, right? Is if we take it, we're not. We don't really love upgrading it because we just want to see more relics, right?
This costs us a relic, exactly.
And maybe that's not worth because we're so good at blocking. Sure, let's increase the disparity. Power potion.
Oh, you are absolutely kidding me. Okay.
Maybe it's not.
I
worth
don't
the
want
help.
to do it. Yeah.
Our deck is too big, I think. I actually do think it's too awkward here, and I don't think we need to go infinite.
There's so many other cards in hand that we wouldn't be able to clear before playing it as well.
Which is a big old bummer because it's hilarious to do, but that's fine. Gotta go for the recall now. Yeah, we're gonna destroy this fight.
Crack. Doom and Gloom to kill one of the daggers already on turn 1. You'll love to see it.
What's your plan here? How are you gonna eviscerate this enemy?
If I'm entirely honest, what I want to do right now is get Amplify, and I want to get Defrag. And I want to double Amplify that Storm, and then I want to double Defrag after playing Consume.
Are we gonna Doom and Gloom this turn?
Yes, we have the energy to.
Okay. Are we safe next turn if we don't heat sinks?
Not necessarily. Also, the Repto's always attacking on turn 2 now?
If we kill the daggers, she can double summon. If we kill at least a dagger, she can double summon.
We should play the safe play.
I think the deck is so big that we basically have to do the heat sinks thing at this point. You can probably amplify Storm before the heat sinks if you wanted.
I mean, we're about to get a bunch of draw. It's just I'm thinking like Consume, Doom and Gloom, then amp the Storm heat sinks. We only draw 2 cards.
Where is our energy coming from?
7.
Oh, we got the ancient tea set.
Mhm.
We're so energized. Okay, go ham. It begins. The Doom. Oh yeah, that kills both of the daggers, no problem. More heat sinks?
Yes.
Why not?
Ooh.
Keep going. Why stop now? When can continue going instead?
Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball.
No. I am really surprised that you played that panic button, but maybe we're just gonna win.
Yes, that's my plan is to
Genetic?
not worry about anything ever again.
I think that was a really solid plan. Let's turn 1 Repto, dude. Let's go. Even I missed where we were going there. Lol.
We have gotten Blood Vial, Meal Ticket, and Toy Ornithopter after the Mark of the Bloom event.
They're really just rubbing it in. But you know what that means? That means our next act dig is going to be obscene. Okay. Time to check ourselves.
I think we need Rainbow and Darkness to be part of this turn's plan. If we want to also use Consume, then it would just be the Rainbow, Darkness, and then Consume, so that we make sure we keep... Wait, Frost and Dark. Yeah, Frost would be out front. And then we just loop and gestate, right?
Okay, and we seek for, like, Genetic for this turn or something. We could seek for Panic Button and do Panacea Panic Button and still have an artifact left up, too.
We can. What would the second card be? Loop?
Defragment? Loop, loop, loop. Yeah.
Do we need Loop with Amplify if we're going to be using that as our block call?
Maybe this is too bold, but I don't think so. I mean, obviously Loop and Defrag amplified would be great, or, like, you know, getting all those things amplified would be great.
Mm-hmm.
And what we could do is we could pull something into the hand now, like we can go Panacea Panic Button and pull like a Master of Strategy this turn or something, just to open up our next turns, because we don't have to play anything else this turn.
Wait, is the Dark Orb Gestation strategy here more limiting to us than attempting to instead cycle all of our orbs for a while and then later go for a Tempest?
I mean, honestly, that's going to win too, right? Certainly this deck has so much reach that you don't have to scale the Dark Orb. We could do it really fast. If we did double loop and if the Dark Orb were in the front and we did get the Defragment online, it's going to be lethal in like 2 turns. But we have to block on the way there, right? So I think we pick one of the 2 paths, but then we fully commit to it instead of trying to go walk down the middle.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go Panic, and then the other is Loop.
Okay.
Loop.
If we were playing the Silent, we do have the Whoops installed.
And what was it? Rainbow, Darkness, Consume?
It was Loop, Rainbow, Darkness, Consume, so that we end up with the Frost Orb out front.
Okay.
Are we using the Frost Orb as part of our block, or do we just want the Darkness out front?
I think we should for a turn or 2 just to make it real nice and comfy. And then we can always play like a Zap, push it up front. And once we play Capacitor, there's more space.
I like it.
We've got a dual cast in hand too, right? So it's already ready. Yeah, looping that Frost Orb, that feels... That's a lot of comfortude.
Yeah, exactly. It gives us a lot of time before we actually have to get more defensive cards in hand.
Chat asks, does Mark of the Bloom prevent Lizard Tail and Fairy in a Bottle? It prevents literally anything that gains you health. So it prevents Lizard Tail, it prevents Fairy in a Bottle. We can't even gain health from our Singing Bowl. Mm-hmm. Our max health goes up, but our current health stays the same. So our health number can never go up under any circumstance.
That is the interesting thing, because people usually think like, oh, you're being revived with another life. You're being healed back to 50% HP.
Yep, exactly.
Heat sinks, then just Master? See what we have?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to work 3 more cards into this turn, so just Defragment, Defend, Strike.
Okay. Is that full block? We might need to defend because the clock is going to give you a 10 by 3, 30. So we do need to block one more time.
But it is 2 damage that we accept here. Like, is it possible that
we don't need to take it? We don't need to take it, right? With Mind Bloom? Yeah. I don't think we have to take it.
Yep. It's just whether or not 8 would have mattered more on a following turn.
For sure.
Oh,
I think
God!
Are you thinking just go ham?
We have the ham cards in hand. We have...
Ham cards.
These are the ham cards, Teak.
They are. They're the ham cards. You could totally go ham here. I don't even think it would be wrong.
Let's calculate it, right? I think it's a reasonable idea to start out with. Okay, so we turbo 8.
We have 6 focus?
Yeah. Consume. Turbo will be the only 0 cost in the discard pile, so we definitely get it back. So we turbo, and we all for 1 getting that back, and then we turbo again. So that's a supplement of 1 extra after that. So we have 4 extra, we're on 9. Then we hologram 8 to a all for 1. No, okay, at that point, we're spending 3 energy in order to get 3 energy. But we can get to 18. 18 with Tempest is 19 triggers of 6 extra. So that's 14 damage 17 times. It's 14, 17.
It's not close to lethal.
It's not even slightly.
It's good damage. That's like 210, 230 damage, something like that. It's in the 200s.
238.
But if we did something very similar with Bullseye, now we're talking. Which makes me wonder, do we scrap our whole, just babysitter, and just like start playing powers on this turn and then set up the crazy go ham next turn? Like, can we clock this turn? You want to clock?
We can definitely clock this turn. It would possibly use extra resources we don't want to use, though. God. I don't know. Just play out Static Discharge.
Play Storm.
Really?
Yeah, I think. Well, maybe it's silly, right? Maybe it's silly to not loop this Frost for a turn further.
No, we could start looping the Dark. We've got the dual cast in hand.
Yeah.
But do we still play the Storm now? Because that precludes our ability to play Heat Sinks as Capacitor. It's only 2 things.
Oh. Yeah, we can play it. And play like some strikes and clear some space and
Just hang on. Is it amp nothing, steam barrier nothing, just like start getting cards out of hand?
Well, we could just hold this hand. This hand looks fine. We can do whatever we want with it next turn.
I mean, we still want genetic algorithm further down in the deck.
True. And we've got hologram to help us get there potentially, right? Do we have anything that we can fetch with hologram that pushes us forward? No, we don't actually have. Yeah.
You know what I actually could do this turn?
Rainbow.
Consume.
Consume again?
Yeah.
I like that. Let's do that.
Okay. Do we want to exhaust the double energy or the turbo? Are we ever getting to the second cycle of this deck?
Let's play the turbo.
Yeah,
we're never... No, because the next time we play that turbo, it's the turn that we're going to win. What if my Dark Orb grew rapidly? Hopefully we draw Bullseye. That's pretty pog.
You know, be pogging out of control if we can get that one. This is just going to be force field. Oh, God. We have Static Discharge up, so we need to full defend this turn. Force fields, all for 1, force fields. We can clock out with that.
We have Steam Barrier too, right? 12, 24. Isn't that there?
Huh? 24, 6. We're intending to clock out this turn, though.
I see what you're saying. I see. In that case...
Should we not clock out this turn?
Maybe we don't clock out this turn, because we've got genetic algorithm coming too, right? Maybe this is just force field, steam.
All right, your turn. Please don't attack. No attacks this turn.
That would be very generous.
Why could you not be a pacifist? Life just got really bad for us.
It did get a little bit awkward, didn't it? Can we win on this turn in 3 card plays? We have 5 energy right now. And there's a double energy in hand.
Double energy. It would definitely be double energy, dual cast, and Tempest. That is the maximum damage we can generate with this hand. 100%.
Yeah. And the dual cast is 250. And then the double energy puts us at 10 energy. And we're generating 10 lightning orbs, 9
11.
of which evoke. 11, thank you. So 10 of which evoke at plus 9 damage, base damage 8, so that's 17 each. 170 more. 250 plus 170 looks pretty good. You dead, lad. You dead. A bummer to not level up the genetic algorithm, but certainly just killing suddenly in 3 card plays feels good.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Awakened One. Oh, it's a good opening hand, though.
It is.
I have to fight the instinct to just, all right, let's go find Amplify and double Amplify, double Storm, double Loop. Just go hard. I mean, with the Consume out as well, I still really want to do that. All right. Is there ever a world where this turn is double Consume and then we start storming and looping and the whole point is we just combo until they're dead?
If we double Consume, it feels like at that point, how are we blocking on this turn?
That's a good question. If we were doing that turn, God, it would... I mean, we'd have to leave the hologram in hand at that point, and then we'd just play the Consume. We'd seek for either probably genetic algorithm, just straight up. I don't know, we could play the Consume later and split up the turns, effectively take the Amplify this turn, double Storm, double Loop, and then in the Seek, we also fish for the 16 block.
So I think that there are 2 paths for us. I think one path involves going Stormham, and based on what we just did, I am pretty confident that we can aggressively win, but it'll be precise, right? Because the Awakened One will be doing so much damage that if we make any failure at all, we just we lose so much health that it might lose us the whole run.
Yep.
Other option is we pull some kind of block mechanism this turn. Maybe it's whatever. Maybe it's genetic, whatever. And then we also play Consume and Rainbow. And then we're looking to actually use the Frost Orb, right? We're looking to actually do like Amplify, Defragment, and Capacitor. But to be honest, I think for this deck, that's actually really difficult and really thin. I think planning to try to balance Frost Orbs as a meaningful amount of our block is just not the plan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of how quickly we can kill phase 1.
How about... Okay. Here's a weird one. How about we seek for Amplify and Doom and Gloom?
Okay.
Then we... Oh, we're going to be short, aren't we? Yeah. So we would only be able to amp the loop this turn, and then Doom and Gloom.
I see what you're going to do.
Yeah, Consume was going to be part of it.
We could do
that with Darkness.
We could do amp, loop, genetic, and Doom and Gloom, and then Consume next turn. It's not terrible. And then we're drawing into energy generation kind of stuff. And surely that Dark Orb is going to be very, very powerful.
Are we intending on using that Dark Orb to take out the rest of these critters, though? Because we have no other damage against them if we refuse to cycle orbs.
Yeah, right? Feels pretty silly. I'm not going to lie. I do think that there's a path to race this boss. 300 damage is not much for this deck. It's really not. This deck can go pretty ham.
It's the amount of damage we take on this turn that makes me most nervous about it. So would you be genetic algorithm and heat sinks? Start getting the draw off more consistently, and then we look for Amplify afterwards?
And do something like genetic Consume Storm heat sinks. Do we need to double Storm? Do we want to double Storm?
I think double Storm is so valuable. I was going to leave the Storm in hand. I was just going to play like any of the other powers on the turn instead.
Okay. How about this then? How about there's 2 heat sinks in this deck.
Yes.
How about the turn is we grab genetic and amplify, and we genetic and then amplify Storm and loop. It's not a bad turn. It's a full block.
That's the previous plan of going as ham as possible, right?
Yeah. I think we can do it. I think you were right. I think we can do it. A little risk on our turn 2. but we have such a high density of block cards, and once we find a single heat sinks, then it's set.
Teak, I really want to leave this genetic algorithm in the deck. Like, currently,
Okay.
what are we going to increase your damage by? So it's 2 per at the moment, right?
We can wait to see more things in hand.
It's
Hologram can pull us back something.
the only reason is because I think, like, if we have to live 1 turn after the transformation, I want this.
It's true. Although, all for one force field will do that for us too, mostly.
Yeah, and by that point, we have relatively easy access to it. We've even got the hologram in head to pull that back. Okay, yeah, let's go with the original plan.
And Panacea Panic button, you know, we're not getting any other debuffs here. Double Storm is going to make us so obscene. Yeah, we're just going to do so much. You can play this self-repair. How much damage do you want to die to in the ×4 attack? It's already a 16 by 4.
Yeah, I'd like to just die to it. So yeah, let's take it.
You're just hoping for, you know, hologram amplified defragment situation. Okay. It's a single attack. That's actually quite good.
I mean, where's our defense, though? Where is our defense?
Yeah, you make a really good point about the amount of defense that isn't in this hand.
All right, I got a pitch.
Okay.
My pitch is that we are about to take a lot of damage this turn. My pitch is consume, hologram, consume, set up so that we can storm out for the rest of the fight.
Say that one more time.
My plan is consume, hologram, consume, and then just storm out for the rest of the fight past this point. We just accept that we're taking damage this turn because we really don't have any ability to prevent that at this point.
Dude, that feels like a total whiff, doesn't it? This I might be like run throwing, actually. What were the odds of this? Did we have to heat sinks? I feel like we jacked up.
We may have done. We have time to figure out if we can solve this, though. It's possible we need to throw out the potion and get more of these consistently live.
Is there a way that we can kill some cultists at least? I think on 31 there's still a chance for the run to win. But if we take the full 42, I don't see it. I don't see a win after that. Seriously.
It's theoretically possible we could get one of them down, and my plan for that would be use the capacity first, then consume, hologram, consume, and we end up with all of these with 6 extra damage on them, and then we play a zap afterwards, and we're just hoping for one of them to be targeted by 2 of the hits. 3 of the hits? 3 of the hits at that point? Actually, hang on. Yeah, the evoke would be 15, so it'd be 3 of the hits.
So, okay, I think we're trying to do this in a way where we don't play any powers this turn because they're heat sinks fuel, and that's more damage from Woke Bloke. Zap is here. Zap's good. Consume is here. Consume is good.
Mm-hmm.
That's always part of the plan, right?
Yes, it's just when those are played.
Yeah. Dude, I think it is. I think. Oh God, like it's every part of my brain wants to play consume, hollow, consume, but that's also a brain that doesn't have mind bloom. It's a very different run. It's a very different run.
I'm ready to commit to this. I'm not seeing anything better.
Okay.
Thank you for the healing, Toy Ornithopter. Much appreciated, Toy Ornithopter. Do we want to even Tempest? Like, our Storm chaining is the way that we kill now. Like, Tempest would just be an attempt to try and hit one of these. Also prevents our draw choke. Gets us closer to possibly force fields.
Yeah, I think it's correct. Initially, my plan was that it was maybe going to do something in phase 2. Finish phase 2.
Why do we always get
the bird?
Ow.
Bird's the word, man.
The bird is a nerd. I don't like it. Oh, gosh. Okay, well...
You ready for some heat sinks? You ready for some turbos? Ready to go ham?
I'm hopefully ready for it. Do we actually just want to play out both the turbos before we start doing things? At least one.
Sure. I think we're drawing here as aggressively as we can.
Double energy. Okay, we don't want to run out of powers in this deck before we have the ability to storm, right? So let's pace ourselves a little bit. Bullseye's nice.
Bullseye's huge.
Do we want to all for one here as well?
All for one is our plan for blocking phase 2 first turn if we have to live through it. Are you sure we can't just keep going?
By playing more powers? I worry that
Yeah.
if we do that, we don't have a plan for killing the second phase. My plan for killing the second phase was effectively amplify these two.
Yeah, and get a full... That's 4 power plays, which is 8 lightning orbs and just a bagrillion damage. Bullseye to do it. Now we're stacked. Now I'll go left.
Yeah, sorry. I had a few people on mine saying, hey, the camera's blocking the energy, and specifically for these fights, at least. The energy is necessary.
We'll play some charades.
So Force Field, Bullseye definitely go out.
How many powers are there left in the deck? We've still got Defragment,
the
no? Just the one? Dude, I think we need to kill on this turn. So Bullseye dual cast is... Oh.
It's certainly damage.
15, 22, 44 damage. We've got another 75 represented. So we're already looking at 100 and some. Missed that Tempest.
Yeah, exactly. Can't we bring that back? Where's my Exhume?
Yeah.
Should we recycle something like a charged battery here, make some space in hand for the full draw?
Recycle a darkness?
Oh yeah, darkness is better. There's the
This is
rainbow.
madness. I think we're getting the kill here, right?
Yep. Do we want to use a rainbow as
Rainbow.
part of it?
Yeah. And we still have self-repair. Is self-repair our golden goose?
We can also use the charged battery here just for an extra energy next turn.
I think we hold it because we've got turbo for that purpose. I think we hold it so that we can block next turn.
Hold the whole hand then?
Yeah. Have we managed to find our out?
We
In
may have
retrospect,
done.
I think not playing heat sinks with this plan was wrong, but that was a hard decision to make. Here we are. We'll survive.
Okay. 2 Force Fields still behind us. Yeah, we can go off in terms of energy this turn. Just try and chain out as much as we can.
And play the self-repair too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Let's go ham.
Do we want to also just throw out 0 costs, like the dual cast, before we... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gosh. Are we going to empty our whole hand and then all for one?
Yeah. Well, wait. Do we need to hold all for one for next cycle? Can we block enough without it? What does Panic Button get us to right now? Panic Button charge battery. Is that full block this turn?
Yeah.
And then just hold all for one for the next turn. I actually really like that. Yeah, I really like that. We've got a bunch of damage.
On Bullseye in the next draw. Come on. It's not in the draw pile at the moment, but it is in the discard pile we're about to possibly access.
So I think the best case turn is, and it may be double energy first, and then it's clear out enough space to all for one and bring back like all of our 0 costs, and then self-repair so they're bottom of the deck. You dig it?
And then self-repair, so they're
Because it's
all the
gonna
0
it's
costs.
gonna draw.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, and we get to cycle the dual cast too. This is just a win. This is just edit.
Yeah,
We can make
exactly.
so much damage.
Here we go. All the
Self
turbos.
repair for good measure. We gotta self repair. It's so important.
Oh, you're right. That did turn out to be pretty important, though. And then I'm just gonna quickly.
The plus 10 health that could have been.
There we go. All right. Good fight.
Dude, I think this is still winnable, but it is gonna be. It's gonna be.
Yeah. Oh, it'll
We
be.
can do it. We can do it. We can do it. That was a good learning.
It's all good. We're gonna heal 15 HP as we go into. Oh. It's fine. We can run.
We gotta dig. We gotta dig. Reveal the final relic.
What would this
Actually,
even
not the final. The panic button is good, but I
Hologram.
think this is dig.
matters?
We've gotten through all of the bad relics already in the last 4 picks. We've gotten through
1,
5 of the bad relics for this deck.
2, 3, 4. Oh, we have 4 attacks in the deck. We can activate it.
It's true. It's true. And if you pick up a claw, you can all for 1 cycle. And that would be exactly what the deck needs.
Well.
Well.
What have we?
What do we have here? Oh, dude. Oh, it's Speed Pot. It's Speed Pot. It's Speed Pot. That's so good for the heart. That's like, because we're blocking with block cards. That's very, very good for the heart fight.
Mm-hmm.
Actually incredible. But then what else?
Speedbot cool head.
I do like that. Another hologram. Speedbot cool-headed hologram. 42 card special.
Okay. Hey, you want that streamline from first floor?
No.
Oh, sorry. Chat did remind me. There is a self-repair here that we could have actually gotten.
Is that 4 shops in a row with the self-repair?
I think it may well be, actually.
Oh, man.
All right. Well.
Are you ready to rumble? Can we win turn 1? Surely we can. Surely we can.
So, the thing is we can only fetch 2 things with it, right?
But they're amplify and heat sinks.
Oh, so you're not even thinking about like a big temper. Okay, got it.
No, we've learned. I'll never make that mistake again.
Should we amplify the storm after? Or first?
Yeah. I think after. I think maximal draw power. It begins. Panacea means that we can panic button. We got the genetic algorithm. We can do the storm thing. It's a bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Pretty sweet.
It's working
Defrag
out
is
pretty
here.
well, certainly.
Consume is here.
Hologram is here for another amplify.
Whole gang's here. I think we should do it.
Okay, my pitch is consume. Maybe consume turbo hologram. Consume again.
Yeah. Consume turbo. Oh, I like consume turbo hologram amplify, and then hit that defragment and keep on going and keep on. We can play the doom and gloom too if we wanted to clear more space, and it's 22 AOE damage, which is so many dollars.
But we might want to play things we draw after the defragment, right? We're also denying our whole second part of the amplify if we do that.
It's true. It's true, and that's not great. Yeah, and we might want to amplify the self repair. That's pretty. Oh, we got a turbo, so we can do it all. We can turbo. We can doom and gloom. We can freaking weekend, baby.
We're about to have us some fun. We hang on. Can't bullseye anyone. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna start clicking some things, and then eventually the enemies are gonna die. Okay.
These enemies are not permitted to be live. Yeah, pretty close. I think we could have gotten the turn 1 kill, but I'm happy with this outcome.
Proceed
Now it got played.
to decease.
Dude, our last 5 relics have been major whiffs.
Mm-hmm.
But we managed. Is it ever another turbo? You know, in some worlds, this is Barrage Plus. We got a Shuriken and a, like, Amplify Capacitor plan. I don't think that's this world, but it's kind of cool to think about.
Yeah, I think... Actually... So, what is our heart game plan, right? What are we doing 200 up to damage each other turn with?
I think it's genuinely, I think it's the same plan. And with the addition of 5 extra dexterity so that we can get so much value out of our block cards. I think Amplify Heatsinks is our plan there too. We just have to make sure to block around it.
If we're doing that, it's skip, right? Or +2 HP.
Or turbo. More turbo saturation is not bad for that plan to get everything set up and to get to the most important block cards. But I like skip too. I like either of those. I don't think it's barrage or reboot. I agree.
Maybe I'm a bit more worried about the impact of our second draw than I should be. By which I mean I shouldn't be thinking about our second draw at all.
No, second. If we get to second draw, like we need to win at that point anyway. So we have heatsinks in hand. Do we need to seek into Panacea so that we don't just die outright to Vuln?
I think we have to play something first because we're about to draw 3 cards, and I don't want to seek and then choke the draw.
Okay. You want to play a cool-headed?
Sure.
We can use some frost here. And then defend and do the seek amplify thing. That's not bad, actually. That makes me wonder if we're seeking amplified defrag, actually.
I like it.
Amplified defrag and heatsinks, but that means we're taking the Vuln, which is truly. Maybe we don't need to amplify heatsinks. Maybe a single heatsinks is good enough. Maybe this is Panacea.
Yeah, the heatsinks no longer needs to be upgraded. The amplify would be for other things like the capacitor, the defrag, the loop, and the storm.
In which case, do we just play one of those powers on turn 1? Oh, is this consume? Is it Panacea consume?
Just get as much setup as we can on turn 1?
Yeah. And then that way we are blocking Vuln. We've got a little bit of frost business going on just to simplify. We get the heatsinks in play, and then we have as much draw as we need from that point forward.
Is the second weaken or frailty?
Second is... I think in this fight... Gosh, I can't remember. I know, right? I want to get rid of the frail. We're going to find out. I want to say weaken is last in this fight, but there are 3 different fights with 3 different orders. I know Vuln is first. That much I know.
There's another heatsinks in the deck, and we're always going to draw choke. Yeah,
no,
frailty's last.
Frail's last. Yeah. That's too bad, but we do have 5 dexterity, which makes it much more palatable.
I don't love this turn yet. I am...
Not yet.
I don't want to have to play these powers for a bunch of draw before we get the amplifier is the thing.
Right. Some of them we can afford to play early, like Static Discharge, probably. Yeah. We can do something like Hologram for a block or even a consume and then play turbo and then get some draw. The density of block at that point is pretty high. And once we've played a couple powers in this hand, then the force fields are free, and that's part of our plan anyway, right?
So we're running down to a single orb?
I'm good with that. I'm perfectly good with that, yeah.
Okay. It's turbo and self-repair, right, for the draw?
Yeah, I like that.
But we can even self-repair first. We only draw 2.
Sure. And then maybe that draws us a defend. Perfect. What do you want to do? Like,
I think Storm is going to be... Is Storm going to be much of our damage after we play out most of our powers in our deck? What do we even got in here? 1, 2, 3? And the ability to dupe them?
I think it'll be a lot of our damage. I think Storm will be a lot of our damage. Next turn is only a 2x15, and we've got like the block for it in hand.
So we go Static Discharge Leap. So we can 0 cost the force fields.
Static. You want Static Loop, and then do Storm next turn? Okay. I like that. Oh man, that's Capacitor, man. Maybe it's Storm Cap. Oh, do we want to double cap?
Yeah, I think double cap matters.
Okay.
There's the heat sinks.
In that case, Loop Storm. Oh, can we block enough here? We have to defend again. Okay. That's not bad, though. That's not bad.
Could certainly be a lot worse. And we've also got the loop out on a large Frost Orb, which is pretty comfy for the next turn.
And next turn, we've got all the draw that we want.
Never mind. We took damage. Ah! Why? I think we have to start going off and looking for draw. I mean, we've got the All for One to save us with the force fields and the discard piles, so we're still alive. By the way, I do apologize for those of you who've left extremely heartfelt messages in chat that I have missed over this period of time. I will attend to y'all in a bit. Teak, I'm afraid you are muted if you are talking.
Did I do it again?
I believe so, yes.
We've got this. We've got, I think, defend heat sinks and then probably turbo, and we just start doing stuff. And like we can play out dual cast and zap to make space. Ultimately, we're going to all for one back the force fields probably. Oh, and Bullseye looks great. Bullseye looks genuinely really good.
I'm really happy to have a deck that actually utilizes this effectively.
Yeah.
It's
just a little acceleration. Honestly, it's similar to what Thunderstrike would have done for us.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think we can also, I think we should make 4 spaces and then do a single storm. And I think that's okay. Because I think double capacitor and or double defragment is more important.
Defrag's still in the deck. Yeah, still in the deck. With 21 cards in the draw, though, are we reliably getting to both of those?
In the fight, yeah. Another question we have to ask, I guess, is what's our plan to block phase 2? And the answer is we need to have enough block cards in hand. So there's going to be some balancing. But we've got Genetic. Yep. We've got
Hologram to bring back a All for One and go again.
And we've got Panic Button, too. And Panic Button is solid. I think we have to trust in the cards here.
I mean, we're going to draw 4 because we've got 2 heat sinks out, right? So we should play more things.
Yeah. Storm now, I guess. Draw 4. See what we get.
Oh! Never
We
mind!
did it.
Yeah, just amp, capacitor, and defrag. Just set up.
I think it's incredible. I think it's really good. It's a ton of damage, dude. Like, really a lot.
That's our panic button, if we... I mean, you can't gain block for 2 turns, and the next turn is off.
Yeah, and then we have all for one for the one after, right? So we play... What do we play? A Darkness here first, and then Panic? And then that gives us some static discharge value, too, actually, right? Because... we're blocking for 24. I like this. I think that's like, we want to be damage capping, and we're not playing any cards the next turn.
Oh my god.
I think it's winnable, man.
This Dark Orb is 200 damage next turn, easy, instantly.
And then we'll have Charge Battery and All for One to bring back Force Fields, and that's our block.
Are we not possibly using Charge Battery and the Recycle on the Wound this turn? Just getting some cards out of hand? If we play the
trouble is that we can't block, right? But I do like Recycle... Well, I potentially like Recycle Wound here. Since we can't draw anything else, yeah.
Like, we're gonna need cards out of hand for the sake of the All for One eventually. So, I mean, I guess we can just not do it this turn, right? And just not lock ourselves out of the genetic algorithm.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, genetic algorithm is the big consideration. So is it ever... I think we want to hold charge to start the next turn. I do. So is this ever strike, recycle, wound? Take 4. Make 3 spaces? That's
I like it.
6 damage taken, and then we have the charge battery to start. I think that's winnable line. It's super scary, right?
Yep. Just absolutely mortified at all times. Got to see that steam barrier there.
No more frail. Look at that charge battery steam barrier. Yeah, that's crazy block.
So let's just charge battery, steam barrier, dual cast, and then, I mean, free up as much of the hand as possible before all
We don't
for one.
even need to dual cast. Like, we're gonna damage cap here without even dual casting that orb if we just want to hold the dual cast. Right? We've got Bullseye. Evoking it is already damage cap single evocation, so we can just focus on getting enough block.
Okay.
And then next turn we have genetic.
I mean,
as
we're
long
going
as
to
we
use
free up
Ball
enough-
Lightning anyway to evoke it
Yeah.
this turn.
So I guess the big question is, how do we free up enough spaces to get back our force fields?
We may have to play double energy for no value this turn.
Which would be fine. We're not going to have trouble getting the kill from here as long as we live through these next 2 turns.
Yep. I think we just play these.
Sure.
Do we ever play the Tempest, right, and then turbo to All for One after that, so we have more space in hand?
Well, let's look at the discard. All we need to know is where our force fields are.
1, 2, 3,
they come back
4,
in order.
5, 6.
So to get all 3 force fields, we only need 4 spots.
Oh, we can easily do that. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, the All for One, we don't have to use the double energy this turn.
Yeah, we could hold it. And just do like Ball Lightning, All for One. Play enough force field to get enough block, and then play out a couple cards here so that we're very, very likely to get to genetic. Because if we don't get to genetic, then truly we do have trouble.
That'll
yeah,
do us.
Days goes away. That's perfect. That's perfect. Genetic, please. Yes,
Lot of
dude, we
damage.
won. Yeah, we're the best. Oh yeah, there's a master too, and a hologram. Nice.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Wait, so this is 60.
What do you want to do?
We're already safe.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So how do we
Yeah.
want to win now?
Do
I
you
think
want to
the
turbo
biggest
double energy tempest? Do
Yeah.
you want to do that?
I mean, we don't want to do that this turn. We're damage capping, so we'll wait until next turn to do that if we're doing it.
Yeah, but damage cap leaves the heart with 13 life. You can literally click whatever cards you want. You can just do whatever you want. It's your birthday, dude. Happy birthday! Click on
Oh,
whatever you want.
this is how we have to kill.
Okay, rainbow kill. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Although if
yeah,
we
and with the
loop with a lightning next turn, we'll
Mhm,
kill with
yeah.
it first, so we can't do
So
anything.
okay, so we just end.
Yeah.
I like end. End turn feels good. The crazy bronze thorns kicking in.
Get him, Rainbow.
GG.
GG, Teague.
Dude, I cannot believe we won that. After taking that much damage to Woke Bloke, going into Act 4 with 22 health permanently is just the scariest.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the deck was so strong.
Yeah,
The deck was so strong.
exactly. And yet, like, the Mark of the Bloom, I would still make that same decision every single time. The amount of impact it had on the deck was monumental.
It was
Absolute-
Omega strong. I mean, it was really, really, really good.
What
GG, Raps.
good
What a
result.
sweet
GG.
run. Yeah.
I'm going to very quickly check a message.